Are we facing the right direction?
You will be. Alright, y'all are live.
Don't get off her yet.
What?
Nothing.
Hey, everybody. We're getting set up.
Alright. You're good to go.
I don't have it yet. There I am. Wow, we've already got 45 people. That's awesome. Awesome. Okay, we've got some people checking in. I put my glasses down somewhere. I bet they're in my office. Would you see, Trish? Thank you. They're red. Okay. All right. You know, you guys, if some of you didn't receive your rulers, I'm sorry. We tried to let you know about this early enough that you could go ahead and order early. You can watch, and when you get your rulers, you can replay this, and maybe you'll get a tip or a hint or something along the way. We also have a YouTube video on Scrap Crazy, and you can look at that as well. But anyway, good morning. Good morning. I'm Deb Luttrell from Stitch in Heaven, and we are here at our first Quarantine Quilt Along. We wanted to start off with something fun, just fun and easy. You know, we're all at home. We need something to work on. We need a distraction. So we thought it would be fun to get together and make Scrap Crazies. Scrap Crazy is my favorite project ever because it is easy. It's quick. You know, Scrap Crazy is that quilt that you're going to make for a friend, maybe someone who's going through cancer treatments and they need a cover quilt. You make them for graduation presents, for birthday presents, for wedding gifts. The quilt you make for your friend who says, would you make a quilt for my husband's cousin? And of course, they have no idea what they're asking you for. But Scrap Crazy fills in a void that we have in our quilting because it is so quick. And it's the kind of project that you make for someone when you want to give something nice, but you don't want to spend your lifetime making it. That's Scrap Crazy. So anyway, welcome today to our quilt along. I want to check in with you guys real quick, see who all's joining us, and just kind of give a few minutes for other people to join. Wow, we've already got 156 people online with us. We've got lots of friends. Linda Yarborough, hey Linda. Kathleen Bell, of course, is watching. Kathleen is one of our favorite quilting cruisers. And of course, Karen Adrian is she's our rock. She is our rock star quilt and Stitch in Heaven fan. Linda Vermillion is watching. Linda is the one who films a lot of our YouTube videos. Jennifer from Tennessee is here. So we've got people all over the United States. Michael is messing with the camera. Michael. Okay. We kind of had, of course, some technical difficulties this morning. We have a camera that decided it didn't want to work, so we had to switch to our to our iPhone. So anyway, you guys, thank you all for hopping in here. Hey, Patricia McCartney is on. Patricia has a quilt shop in, Patricia, help me, is it Trinity? Is that where your quilt shop is? Anyway, shout out to her and her customers. Of course, Dana's watching. Hello, Dana. Dana could do this demo. Actually, Dana does this demo on our cruises all the time. But we're going to have some great fun today. Michael's watching over there. He's watching your questions. So if you have any questions as we go along, please ask them, and we'll get to the ones that we can. All right, so a lot of you have done Scrap Crazy, and some of you haven't. But what I want to do is I want to show you Scrap Crazy quilts so you'll understand what I'm talking about when I say that this is a nice quilt you want to do, but it doesn't take a lifetime to do it. I'm going to invite my friend Trish Stewart to come in here. Trish just joined us. You guys, come over here, Trish.
Okay.
You may know Trish from her designs. She has a design company, and Trish has just come on board as our buyer and product development specialist. So she's going to be developing a lot of things for us here and she's going to be helping me today. So, is the sound right? Can you guys hear us? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear us. Everything's good? Okay. All right, I want to show you just a few of the Scrap Crazy quilts that we've done. I have made lots of these myself personally because I love this whole thing. But I want to just show you a few of them. This one is one that we actually cut. We cut the layer cakes on this. Scrap Crazy is best made using a layer cake. So this is a Stitch in Heaven layer cake. We actually procure these fabrics and we cut this layer cake so that you get this look. This is called Divinity. It's kind of a knockoff of our white chocolate quilt. But this would be great for someone who has a white home, someone who is needing to make something for a wedding. This is a great option. Just any number of things. But this is just a beautiful version of Scrap Crazy. And this is a patriotic version. A lot of you do Quilts of Valor. This is a patriotic version. So if you've got a layer cake in your sewing room that you don't know what to do with, Scrap Crazy is the answer. If you love the layer cake, you're going to love the quilt when it gets finished. The other one that we have is hanging up behind the TV here. This is called Geared Up, and it is from our Fabrics by Island Boutique. This is a great quilt for a man. If you're looking for something for Father's Day, this might be an option for you to consider. Now, the way Scrap Crazy works, you need the Scrap Crazy templates. And again, I saw a couple of you saying that your templates did not arrive, and I'm sorry. We get them out as soon as we can. The logistics right now are a little bit slower, and what I suggest you do is to just watch along, sew on something else if you want to, and just be here with us today. But you need the Scrap Crazy template set, and you need your helper tool, which I'll show you what the helper tool is here in a little bit. And you need a Scrap Crazy. You need a layer cake. Layer cakes are they can be, if you have 42 pieces in a layer cake, you're going to have 42 blocks in your quilt. These are 8-inch blocks. So you will have a quilt that is 6 blocks by 7 rows. Does that make sense? Most of these come out about 60 by 72 size once you add your borders. And they're really great, just lap throws for something for you to cover with when you're, in your study reading, or you're by the fire, just to lay over your sofa. Of course, they're great for people who are going through any kind of a cancer treatment or dialysis, because they need something to cover themselves with, because sometimes those treatment rooms are cold. So if you have a layer cake, watch how many pieces are in your layer cake, because the batiks, there's only 40 pieces in a batik layer cake. So you're going to have 40 blocks when you get through with your quilt. And that's going to be a quilt that is, we do it 5 blocks by 8 rows is how you get your 40 on that. So I'll tell you the story of how I came to love Scrap Crazy. I'm a shop owner, and we get lots of tools that come through a store when you own a store. And I don't pay attention to a lot of them, I'm going to be honest. I leave it up to my staff, and there's just too many things for me to personally try out. But the staff, Scrap Crazy came in, and this is the 8-inch Scrap Crazy. There's also a 6-inch, which is completely different, but we're focusing on the 8-inch one today. Scrap Crazy came in. It was designed by my friend Karen Montgomery, and for Creative Rib Rulers. And the staff started talking about, I would hear the staff talking about making their Scrap Crazy quilt. And so I came to a place where I needed a really quick quilt, and I thought, I'm going to try this Scrap Crazy thing. So I took my template set home, and I made my first Scrap Crazy quilt for my cousin who was going through breast cancer treatments. And so I was hooked, It's a great tool, a great process. So we're going to just dive into it. Now I have got the TV up here. If you guys can't see this, please shout out to us, because we're going to try to do this with you being able to watch on the TV. We can move the camera closer if you need us to. And Michael, I don't know if I'm going to block this. I hope I'm not. All right, I'm going to be using today the Moments Layer Cake by Minnie Kim, and this is from Ronnie Blake. And this is just going to be a really sweet little layer Scrap Crazy when I get finished with it. So we're going to use that. Now, you're going to need a few tools to do this. I highly recommend a Martelli turntable, thank you. And I love this turntable because it is in 2 pieces like this. And it has a really great ball bearing system that actually turns. A lot of the cutting turntables that are out there now are square. I don't understand that. Why would you ever make a square turntable? And what I love about this is when I wear this out, I can replace just the top. Okay? So I love this. And Martelli Roundabout, I think, is what this is called, if you want to order one. We have them on our website. Free shipping on these because they're over $99. So do that. You also need a good rotary cutter, and you need a good blade. So get your rotary cutter. And you're going to need a set of templates, which our templates look like this. And these are, in this template set, there's 3 templates. So, oh, this one hasn't been opened. Let's see. Is that, hand me that one, Michael. Has any of these been opened? Thank you. bet they haven't. Okay. Well, I guess we'll open them. I'll just open a set. They come cellophaned together. Okay, you're gonna have 3 templates in this package. There's going to be an A-B, which looks like this. And it's the big one, and the A is the long piece and the B is the short piece. You're gonna cut 2 C pieces, which looks like this. Okay. And you're gonna cut 1 D piece, which looks like this. All right, and you're gonna cut those 5 pieces out of a 10-inch square. Now this is a very efficient way to use a layer cake. You're not gonna have a lot of waste. So I wanna show you how to cut this, and I usually, this instruction that comes in your Scrap Crazy package really is all you need. And honestly, the one I have at home, I have it laminated because I've used it so much, it's just about wearing out. But everything pretty much I'm going to tell you today is in this instruction. So this is what we're going to be using. Now, in the instruction, the cutting instructions are right here. So that's where you start. All right. You take a few of your layer cake. Now, I usually do about 5 pieces. I will tell you to do as many pieces as you can manage with your hand strength. The more pieces you can do, the quicker you're going to get this cut out and you're going to get to sewing. So, what I'm going to do is I start out in the instructions here. Y'all see this? This right here, it calls for a ruler, and it calls for you to put your template down on your, what happened to my, over there. It calls for you to put your templates down on your layer cake and measure with a ruler right here and make a cut. All right. I did that the first time, and what happened was I did not leave enough space on this side of the layer cake for me to get those other 2 pieces. I messed up. So I realized that I didn't want to mess up again. And so what I did was I took a piece of template plastic and I made me a template that's this size, like this. So I would know how much fabric I had to save on the left-hand side to be able to get enough space for those 2 pieces. And so I was using that, and it was just one of those flimsy, stencil plastic things. So I realized that if I could make that mistake, you probably could, or some of you could. Some of you would never make a mistake like that, but some of you might. And so I decided, we've got some laser cut machines here. I decided to get some plexiglass and have these made for you guys so that you would not make that mistake. So when you order a template set with us, we will send you one of these. We call it the helper tool. If you've got your templates, you ordered it someplace else and you want to have this, you can buy it from us. It's online. I think you search for the helper tool. But it really helps you to be able to go faster, because this is all about being fast. All right, so what I do now, I just put this piece of template plastic down, and I know that I have enough space, so I just make a cut. And then I put that aside, and I use it every time I start a set. So now, we can start cutting. And what we want to do is we want to cut this in such a way that we don't cut lines that we've already cut, because this is all about fast. So I'm going to line this up with this edge right here, and I'm going to make a cut, and then I'm going to turn it, make another cut, turn it, make another cut, and then cut off the tip. All right? So there's one. And then I'm going to take my C and I'm going to line it up on the left side and the top, here and here. I'm going to cut off the right side, and then I'm going to cut off the bottom, and I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to cut off the tip. So you can see why you need a really good rotating mat that actually rotates. Then I'm going to take my D piece, where's my D piece, which is right here, and I'm going to line it up with the top and the left side. I'm going to cut the bottom, then I'm going to cut the right. Alrighty, there's your D piece. Now we move to the other side. We need another C piece. So I'm going to line it up on this slant, pull it up as far as I can on my layer cake. I'm going to cut the bottom, the tip off, turn it around, cut the top, and cut the side. If you do paper piecing, you guys, this rotary mat is really great for paper piecing also, because there's a lot of turning of your fabric that you have to do in paper piecing. Then our last piece is, I always cut off the little zigzaggies, because I really don't like those little zigzaggies. And then I turn this and I line the cutting line up on the bottom and on the left. Cut it on the right, the tip off, and the slant. Okay? Okay, so that's what you do. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut through this layer cake. So I invite you to start cutting on your layer cake. If you hadn't done that, we're going to kind of cut through this. Seriously, in about 20 minutes, we will be finished with this and we can start sewing. This is just so fast. So I'm going to continue to cut here, and I'm going to let you cut on your layer cake, and then in about 20 minutes, we're going to reconvene and we're going to start sewing. So let's get our layer cakes cut out. Do we have any questions, Michael? Let's see here.
What is usually the finish size of a Scrap Crazy?
The Scrap Crazy finish size is about 60 by 72 if you do just one layer cake. So it's a nice size little quilt.
Dana wants to know if that's her sewing spot. No, not today, Dana.
No, Trish is having to help me today, Dana. All right, I'm going to keep cutting. So Michael's watching the questions. If y'all have any questions as you're cutting your, what I like to do when I'm cutting mine out, I like to set it up. I like to set it up on the side over here, like the instructions. So the instructions show you to set it up like this, because that's the way we're going to be sewing it. So I'm going to take a D piece and put it there, a C piece here, my A piece goes down here, my other C piece goes here, and my B piece goes here. So as I'm cutting this, I'm going to set it up like that. Let me get that out of the way. All right. And there's the instructions if we need those. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut through this. Is anyone sewing on anything else today? Or is anybody sewing on something else and maybe just watching us? cut my A piece. This is a really, really sweet little layer cake. Probably be good for a nursery, or it's got some pastels in it. Alrighty. We were supposed to be on a cruise ship this week. I think Kathleen Bell actually was supposed to be on there with us. Weren't you, Kathleen? Weren't you gonna do a back-to-back, Kathleen? I think she was.
Cheryl Balcony is quilting Dear Daughter.
Oh, Cheryl's a good quilting buddy of ours, cruising buddy.
Brenda Collins, one of our top fans, is still making masks.
Way to go, Brenda.
So is Dorothy Harding.
Okay, you guys, if y'all need someone to distribute those for you, you can send them to us, and we'll make sure. Our local vet just called yesterday asking for 50 masks for his staff to wear. I mean, people are just out of the PPE. According to everything that I'm hearing, that hopefully we're going to get some relief in the hospitals. The PPE is on its way, is what they're saying. However, you know, I think our country will be wearing masks for a while. We have a contact in China because we have our laser machines that we buy from China. And they're saying that's pretty much a way of life there right now, is to have masks. So we're the masked Avengers. But you know, you just have to keep it in perspective. And gosh, you know, life is gonna go on. And you know what, guys, everybody who gets the coronavirus doesn't die. That's the other thing we have to remember. It's a flu. There's gonna be symptoms. You're gonna rest and drink plenty of liquids, and I think there's some really great treatments that are coming out now.
Hydroxychloroquine.
Hydroxychloroquine.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly is a treatment. It's not a new treatment. It's a treatment that has proven effective, and there's another one too that I think that they're using. And soon we'll have a vaccine. You know, we'll have a vaccine and life will go back to normal. Germs and viruses and those types of things are things that we have to live with every day. I mean, we always have had to live with them. It's just when something is this contagious, it calls for drastic measures, and I think that's what our country and the world has faced with this particular virus. In an attempt to control it, in an attempt to get ahead of it. So, we'll see what happens. Do any of you listen to books while you sew? If you do, I need some good suggestions. And I'm going to tell you a couple of my favorites that I have listened to in the last few weeks. I used to watch movies when when I sewed, and I do that still sometimes. But of course, the movie is much more difficult. The movies that I watch, obviously, they couldn't be very in depth because I just kind of listened to the movie more than anything. But I have been listening to books lately. Okay, Sandy Hancock wants me to do the demo again. All right, we can do that.
Very slowly.
Very slowly. All right, this is probably one of the easiest things you're going to ever do because you do have these templates. So, you know, I just peel off about 5 layers off of my layer cake to work on at a time. This one is, okay, I've got 7 layers here. You should just do however many you can do for your strength of your arm. I'm pretty strong. So this is a helper tool. We give you this when you purchase a Scrap Crazy 8 template set. And you put this down, and this is your first cut. And you do this because you want to make sure that when you make your first cut, you have enough room on the left side for your other 2 pieces. You make your first cut. All right, for every section you do, you're going to use this, and then you're going to set it aside. Then you're going to cut one A piece, 1 B piece, 2 C pieces, and 1 D piece. And you guys, all of this is in the instruction that you're going to get. So you start out by cutting your A piece. And what you want to do is you want to not recut your edges. So you don't want to recut this slanted edge. It's already cut there. You want to cut the bottom. You want to cut the side. You want to cut top. And you want to cut the little tip off. Now, you can see why you need a really good rotary mat. This is the Martelli Rotary Mat. This is the one I recommend. There's others out there, but I like this one because it actually turns really well. All right, the C piece is next. You're not going to cut the top or the left side. You're going to cut the right side first. Go ahead and cut that. Then you're going to cut the bottom. And then you're going to turn it around and you're going to cut the tip off. The next piece you cut is your D piece. The D piece, you line it up, top and left side. You cut the bottom off and you cut the right side. All righty. Then you go to this section, you're going to cut a C piece and the B piece. So you cut the C, you line it up on the slant, you cut the bottom, you cut the tip off, you turn it around, you cut the top, oop, and you cut the side. Okay? And then you're going to cut the B piece. With the B piece, you're going to cut on the cutting line and you're going to cut off these little zigzaggies. That's the first thing you're going to cut. Oops. And you're going to line this up on the bottom and on the left side. Then you're going to cut the right side. You're going to cut off the tip. You're going to cut the slant. And that's it, and you just repeat that all the way through your layer cake. Is that better? All right, I'm continuing on. I'm gonna do a few more here. If you want to, Trish, if you want to come back in about 2 minutes, you can, or you can keep watching if you want to.
Okay.
It's up to you. I've got Trish here. She's going to help me sew in a few minutes when we start sewing these. All right, here we go. This is with the helper tool. The helper tool we send you free when you order an 8-inch Scrap Crazy from us. If you want to know how to order, you just go online and search Scrap Crazy. But be sure and order the 8-inch and not the 6-inch. The 6-inch is made completely different. I mean, you can order the 6-inch, but it's not going to be made this way. I use the 6-inch to do baby quilts, and I do, it's great to use for a pieced border. Let's say you make one of these and you want to make it a little bigger. You can put a pieced border around it. And the 6-inch is great for that. All right. I'm going to cut a C piece. Now, some of you guys like to just have a whole, we realize that some of you have layer cakes in your closet that you need to use, and that's great. But some of you like to have the whole package. You know, I see something I like and I want the borders, the fabric for the top, the binding, the backing, the whole bit. So for your convenience, we put together some kits that have just that. They have a layer cake in it. The kit has a layer cake in it. It has the inner border, the binding, the outer border, and the backing, all coordinated. And it's just a really, really easy way to do it. The only extra thing you have to buy are the templates. And of course you reuse those over and over again. If you want to see what we've got put together as a kit, just go to our website and look under Scrap Crazy. We've got quite a few, got quite a good selection. I think we probably have something for everybody. There's even some reproduction fabric ones. All right, going. Like I said, you can cut one of these out in just about 20 minutes. So I hope you guys are following along. All right. Let's go with the helper tool again. You know, when we're on the cruises, I coughed into my elbow. On the cruises, we do this demo, but we don't do it, you know, I don't go through this but once. So a lot of you have seen this several times, but you haven't seen it where I've just done it over and over again. So maybe that'll help you be really confident when you do yours. I hope you're doing yours along with us. Y'all tell me if you get through before me. I'm going to be really jealous if you do. I've always prided myself on being really fast with this. But I fully well realize that there are people out there who are faster than me. Because I'm coming down to the bottom part of my layer cake. But you guys, you see how great this turntable is? It's just phenomenal. I mean, really, seriously. I don't like to sell you things unless I really like them, and I really think you need them in your sewing room. And I want to tell you, has anybody been commenting that they have these layer cut, this rotary mat?
Oh yeah, just a lot of good comments on the Scrap Crazy tool itself.
Good. Y'all tell anybody who has this mat, y'all tell everybody how great it is. I use it all the time. Like I said, for paper piecing, it's wonderful. Anytime you have a project that you have to do a lot of this with, you know, and if you get to where you feel like you're going like this, you never should do that. You need a rotary mat so that you can turn your fabric into the right place, that you don't have to do that. That's dangerous when you're not cutting away from your body. All right, almost finished with one more round.
Barbara Williams says she has a mat, and it is wonderful.
Yay, thank you, Barbara. It is wonderful. We actually have a pretty good price on them, too. I think they retail for like $130, and we sell them for $99, I think. I don't know. It's on the website. I can't keep up with it. All right. I think I have 2 more rounds. Let's see, I've got 1, 2. I've got
The Martelli Mat is $119.
Martelli Mat's $119. But we don't charge shipping either, do we?
No.
Alrighty. And what's the retail on it though, Michael?
$129.
$129.
Alice Cook says she loves her Martelli Mat.
Good. Alrighty. Let's see here. You also can use other things for this, you guys. I had an uncle who passed away a few years back, and I told my aunt I would make him a quilt if she would bring me his ties. And so I took his ties and I prepared them, opened them up, you know, all of that. And I cut these scrap crazy shapes from his ties. Now, she didn't bring me very many. She really did not bring me enough to do a quilt out of. So I then took some Tim Holtz Dapper fabrics. You know that line that Tim Holtz had that, it was called Dapper. It was all kinds of print that really looked like men's shirts. And I made the rest of my shapes from the Dapper collection. And I put that together for her, and it really made a really nice kind of a memorial quilt. You also can do this from your scraps. There is a place on the, oops, that's not right. Say, no, don't do that. There's a place on the pattern at the bottom of the pattern that shows you how to do this out of 6-inch strips. So if you're going to use your scraps, I recommend you use that method. I don't recommend you cut your scraps into 10-inch squares. It's just easier if you're going to use scraps to do it from a 6-inch strip. Particularly with a fat quarter, you can take a fat quarter and you can cut 3 6-inch strips, because fat quarters are 18 inches. And let me get all here. And you can get 3 strips from a fat quarter. And then, you know, go from there. I know Karen Adrian did one from her batik scraps or batik fabrics that she had in her sewing room, and it was a king size. Oh my gosh, that thing was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, I think I'm on my last one. I'm about to do my last round, and then we'll be ready to start sewing. Let's see here. Alrighty. Michael, do I need to put on a lavalier mic?
Nope.
Can everybody hear me okay? If you can't hear me, yell. Cut the side, we're going to cut the bottom, and then we're going to turn it around and cut off the tip. And then we're going to cut, thank you Kathy for giving me a thumbs up on the sound. I see Carolyn O'Donnell is watching. Carolyn and her crew came down for our grand opening all the way from Florida.
You're almost done.
I am almost done. They came and stayed almost a week at our bunkhouse, and we had a fabulous time with them. Okay. Cut the top, the side. Here a while back, it's really funny, you guys, you know, you got to be careful online because there's these Chinese places that rip off products, and it's just so crazy what they do. They make these videos, or they show these videos of people doing this stuff, and then they rip off the product and they try to sell it to you guys. Well, there was one of these places that ripped off my Scrap Crazy YouTube video. Yeah, I mean, I was looking, I'm like, wait a second, that's my video. What are they doing using it? So we got in touch with them and told them to cease and desist, and they did. They took the video down. So you just have to be very cautious. All right, so you guys, when you get finished, this is your scraps. It's like this much. It's like Pretty Things for Birds' Nests. That is all you have left over from your layer cake when you finish.
And our next tutorial, how to build a bird's nest.
How to build a bird's nest is our next tutorial. Now you put it out in your yard and they will come get it. The birds come get it. So, all right, but it's kind of cool to look up in the tree and see your fabric scraps. Okay, Michael, where are we going from here?
Y'all ready to sew?
Did you lose the TV?
We'd lost the TV, but I can get it back on instantly.
Okay. Trisha's going to help me sew this so we can kind of get it put together for you guys. I do want to show you one thing, Michael, before you turn the camera away. I do want to show y'all one thing.
I'm going to get one of those. Martelli rounder.
The Martelli Roundabout?
Yeah, I
know.
love
Aren't they
that.
awesome?
Yes, I love it.
Are you-
All right.
You can push all the way down.
Yes.
And it doesn't bend, so you end up with a straight line.
Right,
That's one of the problems I have with another one, and I love that.
yeah.
I was watching.
Good, I'm glad
Yes,
you're
yes.
watching.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, no. All right, you guys, what you're gonna do is you're gonna line these up by your sewing machine like this, because this is the way we're gonna sew them together, all right? Before you start, because we cut through our layer cake, the same fabric is on the top. The fabric on the top is gonna be the same, because we cut through our layer cake, right? Everybody with me on that? What we have to do is to shuffle these so that the fabric on top is different. Now, there's no magic formula on how to do this. You just take it and shuffle it. And you take it and shuffle it. Just as long as the fabric on top is different, you're good to go. Like, I may want that one. Now, because you did that, it's completely shuffled. Isn't that cool?
Yes, it's very cool.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out, and according to the instructions, from here on, you guys, you pretty well just follow the instructions. I'm going to give you a couple of little tips when we're sewing. But this is all about fast. You're going to want to sew fast. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sew. We're going to take the D piece and the C piece, and we're going to sew them together. And we're going to chain piece them. If you don't know what chain piecing is, I'll show you in just a second. It's when you just continue sewing without breaking your thread. You don't break your thread after each one of them that you sew. That's chain piecing. So I'm going to give half of these to Trish. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I am going to take half of them. Now, as you're sewing, you don't want to sew two pieces together that are the same. If you come across one and it's the same, you can go to the next one. That's okay. So,
Thank you.
you want to sew with a 1/4 inch seam.
I didn't see that.
And would you give me a bottle of water?
Yes, would y'all like a different chair too? The sewing chairs?
No, I think this is good.
Okay.
Let me see though, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, this is too low. Can you
Okay.
give me some sewing?
That would be
Absolutely.
great if we could get sewing chairs. Thank you,
That
Michael.
would be awesome.
Okay, yeah.
I'm in,
Alright,
and I'm just focusing here.
okay. So I've also got my phone here so I can talk to you guys. All right, Karen finished. Yay! Mary Johnson is making masks.
Good.
Alice, you will be able to watch this again, but we also have a tutorial just on this if you want to go to our YouTube channel. And you guys, would you all go to our YouTube channel, please, and subscribe? I would love it if you would subscribe over there. You'll get notifications when we have a new YouTube. Also, if you would share this video, there may be people out there who want to join in that don't know about it. So I think there's a share button. Yeah, just go to the next one.
Okay, I was just gonna say, you might wanna mention that sometimes when you shuffle, they don't,
Yeah, I told them that. I said, don't sew two of them together that are the same.
all right.
Yeah, so we're gonna just get started sewing and see what happens.
Thank you so much. Great.
Thank you. Michael's bringing me a sewing chair. And you don't have to pin this. Don't pin. No, that's too much time. You know, really and truly, this is a quilt in a day. Really. Unlike Eleanor Burns' quilts in a day, you know, where it takes you a long time to make them. Oops. Did anybody watch me doing Penelope yesterday? I was in the cabin sewing on Penelope yesterday. Penelope is my collage giraffe. Oh, she's turning out so cute.
Hey, once you
So
get her
cute.
done,
So cute. So cute.
once you get Penelope done, are you going to, how are you gonna quilt it? Like with channel quilting
Yes,
or?
I'm gonna channel quilt Penelope.
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, my other two I did the other way. I really took a lot of pain and effort to.
But you can't see
You
it.
can't see
No,
it.
so what's the difference,
You know what
right?
else I did with my other ones?
What?
I used Swarovski crystals.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, they're really, really.
Do you sell those?
I don't. I just got a collection. Actually, Dana gave me Dana gave me hers because she said she'd never use
You
them.
need to sell those for the rest of us, like me.
Okay. Well, you're the buyer.
Oh, yeah, that's right, I forgot.
Yeah, if y'all need anything, y'all need to tell Trish. She's the buyer.
That's funny. Okay, I'm gonna run short of the little rectangles
Okay,
here.
well, I can pass you some.
Okay.
Oh, you're getting all organized, aren't you?
Well, it's faster if I do it this way, for me. If I put it together and then I sew one, then I put it together and sew one.
Yeah,
I
Michael,
do
show
assembly
them
line.
what Trish is doing. See, I just picked mine up.
Well,
And you're right, you're probably gonna be finished before me.
I don't know, I like assembly line, it's just me. Mostly because I never have enough time to get everything done, so. So, assembly line it is.
I
Well,
knew.
aren't you smart?
Not really,
Yeah,
but
put it over there and so they can
I'm
really
lazy
see
is
it.
what I am.
Yeah, actually, I need to push those over so I can put these right here by my machine, is what I need to do. You need some more? Oh, you don't need more than that.
I'm not into rectangles, but I don't know how many I need yet. So you'll probably be already down to, you'll need more triangles by the time I need more rectangles.
So Trish,
Yes.
why don't you tell everybody about you?
Okay.
You guys probably don't know Trish.
I've
known
been,
Trish forever.
I've been in the quilting industry for a long time. I met Deb because we moved from Alaska, my husband and I, my two children, moved from Alaska down here, and I was looking for a local quilt shop. And I found her, and we hit it off right away. And
And amazing. She was right down the street.
it was amazing, and so she knew that I had been publishing patterns and books and teaching nationally. So she asked if I would teach at her shop, so I taught a little at her shop, and I taught on 2 of her cruises, which were
Yeah.
so great. The first 2 she did was really fun.
It was Alaska and the Caribbean, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that
And
was fun.
Alaska was perfect for me because
Cause
I'm
she's from Alaska.
So anyway, that was the beginning of a great friendship. Well, then I took about a 5-year sabbatical from writing books and teaching nationally, and I still did some teaching. I just finished teaching at AQS not too long ago. Well, for 2 years anyway, and I came into the shop. Oh my gosh, if you haven't seen this shop when I met Deb, she was in a little strip mall, in a tiny little shop, and then she grew.
Oh, wait a minute, a tiny little shop?
Oh,
that's when I
That's
first,
when you
yeah,
first
yeah, when I first
started,
opened.
yes, and then she went to a bigger place and expanded. Then she went to an even bigger place, and now I came in here because I needed I needed some fabric, and I know that surprises you that I needed fabric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You're out already?
I am.
Yeah, I didn't give her enough.
So I came in, and Deb came out from the back, and I said, "Hey, I have accomplished an amazing thing here in an industry where it's sort of been declining slowly over time. She's been like on this kind of a rocket. So she said, well, do you want to see my place? I was like, yeah, absolutely. And the more she showed me, the more amazed I was, and I kept going on and on. I think she thought I was retarded or something, because I kept saying, wow, Deb, look what you've accomplished. And she's like, yes, Deb, yes, that's what I've accomplished. I was, oh my gosh. And she said, I need a buyer. And I need somebody.
Not a buyer for my store, but not someone to buy my store.
No, not someone to buy your store. But she said, I'm looking for some help. And I said, oh, what do you want me to do? That was the beginning of the end, and now we're stuck together forever.
Well, you've only been here like 3 days.
Well, I know. But it feels like it's going to be forever, right? It's a good fit.
Good fit.
I think so too. I wake up in the morning, I'm excited to come in.
Okay, Dana says that it's hard for them to hear over the sewing machines.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
we can't sew and talk at the same time.
We have to sew and I have to talk, so we have to get this finished. So we're just gonna have to deal with it.
So are we supposed to just be quiet then? Or we have to lift up our foot from the pedal and then say what we're gonna say?
No,
No.
no, put the pedal to the metal. This is all about being fast. Fast.
I didn't put these last ones assembly line together because I figured I only had a few.
Now you were waiting on me to catch up, right?
Not really. Oh, I might have asked you for the wrong number. I don't know.
You need more?
No, I think I have just a couple left here. Oh, dang it, I hate it when the edges don't match up perfectly. Hold on.
Oh, it's okay, really. If the edges don't match up perfectly, it's okay. We do not rip.
No, I don't rip. I never want to sew it.
No.
Linda Cypress just got her rulers just now,
Yay!
so she can now start working.
She can
Yay!
start. The UPS man came through.
Oh, I love UPS.
And Marcia just called out Dana and said she can hear just fine, so I'm gonna call out Dana too.
Hey, Marcia.
Yeah. Hater's gonna hate, right?
Okay. This is really cute fabric. Whose is this? Whose fabric is this?
This is Ronnie Blake.
Riley Blake?
Yeah, it's Ronnie Blake. Mini.
Look, they're so cute.
I
Little
know.
dogs
I
and houses
know,
and
it is
flowers.
cute.
It's so cute.
Just got little, oh, I love this. Like I said, if you love your layer cake, you're gonna love this like crazy.
Okay. I need more.
Yeah, Dana is just jealous she's not here.
I'm sorry she's not here
Yeah,
too.
wait.
What?
No, we're almost finished. Here,
Oh, don't you want me to sew these?
No.
Oh,
Don't
show my
hand
hand.
of the teacher.
Okay.
Gosh, Trish.
Sorry, I lost my mind.
Goodness
Backlight,
gracious.
short trip. You only gave me two.
Okay, wait a second. Give me one of those back. I need one that's not tan. I'm gonna trade you.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, good, because I needed one that was not tan too, now that you see that.
Yeah, Dana has been sheltering in place for a week.
So Dana, I can't wait to meet you. Is Dana the one who does the cruises?
Yeah, Dana is the
Dana.
cruise director.
I want to meet you.
We need to make you Dana 2.0.
I don't think anybody can beat Dana.
Well,
Hey,
no.
You want me to snip these apart, right?
No,
Oh,
no, don't get ahead of the teacher.
okay.
She was about to, show them what you were about to do. Michael's not in here.
I was going to snip these apart.
No, Michael's not in here. Oh, yeah, they can see.
They can see me,
Yeah,
yes.
they can
Don't
see.
do it because Deb will jump down your throat. Okay, not jump down your throat. Just kidding.
I didn't mean to be mean.
No,
No,
I don't know what I'm
you
doing.
guys.
I've never made one of these before, so I have no clue.
Right. So I'm teaching you for a
Yes,
change.
you are.
All right, you guys, you can do what Trish was about to do, which was show them what you were about to do. She was going to take that, and she was going to take her scissors.
And I was going to snip it apart.
Okay, show them.
No, you told me
No,
not
I
to
want
do
you
it.
to now.
Oh, now you want me to. Okay. Yes.
Okay, and then the next one.
Oh, you want them all cut apart now?
Yes.
Okay, so.
Okay, so instead of doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to take our handy dandy thread cutter block. This is another tool that I highly, highly recommend you have in your sewing room. You do any chain piecing, which if those of you new to sewing, this is chain piecing. This is what you end up with, and it goes on and on and on and on and on when you chain piece. So you had to get these cut apart. So you can take your scissors and you can cut them apart one by one, or you can take the thread cutter block and you can just do this with them. And it's all about fast, right? So we're being fast here. We make these here. They're kind of a Stitch in Heaven exclusive. So there we
I
go.
have one at home.
You have one of these?
Because you gave it to us on that ferry, on one of
Yes,
those cruises.
on
It
the
was one of
cruise.
your, like, gifts to us for being with
For
you.
joining
For
us.
joining you, and I love mine, and I use it, when I do hand embroidery work and stuff, it's great. And you can take it with you, you can take it out of here and you can put it on a necklace. And you can wear it on a plane when you're going on a long flight or something and you need something to cut with and they won't let you bring your scissors.
All right. I know I scratched my nose. Did you see that?
Don't touch your
Don't
face.
touch your face. Everybody's got to quit touching their face. But you know what? We're all going to be so healthy, we're not going to die.
I know.
And then we're going to have a problem with overpopulating the planet. So it's like
So
one,
what's your cure? We're gonna
I know, it's like one, we solve one problem and then we create another one. It's like crazy. All right, you guys, the next step to this, when you get all these sewn together, when you get the C and the D sewn together, is you're gonna press this. And you just take this to the ironing board and you press them. It does not matter how you press them, just press them to one side.
Oh, it doesn't matter what direction?
No, none of these seams intersect.
Oh man, I love that. Okay, so I need to go get a,
Your iron is over there.
cool.
See?
Yes, I do.
Did you put your lunch order in?
Oh, I do not. I want a Bulldog Club.
Bulldog Club.
Yeah,
Trish?
No, thanks.
she brought her lunch.
It's on the menu. No thanks.
I didn't know that you always ordered, or I would be right there with you.
Yeah, you guys, we're ordering from Jan's if you're local, and we're trying to support our local restaurants. So every day we order from Jan's. So Jan's is a restaurant that's up on the square. They have amazing food, and we're trying to support them. So every day we order from Jan's.
What city are you in?
I am in Quitman, Texas.
So if they live close by, they could go to Jan's.
Yes, they could. If you live close by, call Jan, and she will prepare your food and bring it out to your car. Or if you're at Stitch in Heaven, she'll deliver to you. So we're gonna press all of these to one side. I love this just because it's so fast and you get to use all of these pretty fabrics and make something beautiful. You know, so many of us have these layer cakes in our sewing room that we don't know what to do with. Do you buy layer cakes, Trish?
No, I never have, but you know, I think I will. Oh, wait, I lied. I bought one because I used it for that collage that I sent you that picture
I
of.
can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I love that. And it was great because it had enough space on it to get all of the different design elements in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great.
Deb, explain what you're pressing on.
I'm pressing on a wool mat, and they're wonderful. You can show Trish, Michael. You can take them, or you can bring the camera over here and show them what I'm doing. Actually, yeah. This is a wool mat that's the size of your ironing board, is what I'm pressing on now. It's great if you have a situation where you have two people sewing across from each other like we do. Actually, Trish, you could have put your ironing board over, your iron over here.
Oh, I sure could have, yeah.
Or at home, I have a small size that fits by my machine. And the wool mats, they don't get hot. They don't get, like, the surface of them doesn't get hot. And it's like when you press a block, it's like you pressed it from both sides.
Well, I was going to take the one you hadn't done yet, and I took the ones you had done.
No,
Let's see
I'm
what
done.
mine- Oh, you are done, okay,
Yeah.
good.
All right, we're almost ready for the next step, you guys. So, Trish, have you got yours
Done.
pressed?
Yes.
So we're finished pressing, we're finished sewing, we're finished cutting, and so we're gonna start again. We're gonna start sewing. All right. The next piece we put on this is our A piece. Again, this is in your instruction. So you take your A piece, which is this one, and you put your A piece to this unit that we've already sewn.
To the long edge
Right.
with the piece in it. Okay, so I need some.
Oh, you do, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Well, I don't want to give you too many, because then I'll run out.
Yeah,
Actually, I think I'm giving you too many. Honestly.
honestly. Okay.
I'll share if you run out.
Okay.
And so when you put this on here, what I like to do is I like to line up this edge here, the edge on the left instead of the angle edge. And
You're talking about this and this together, right?
yes.
Okay.
That's
So
all
I
that-
can put this down, I can put this in and square up this corner, and then it should be perfect, right?
Right.
Yes, okay,
It's the only place it'll fit. It's the only way it'll fit.
all right,
So it's like this.
right, I get it. Okay, so this is here.
All right, so we're gonna chain piece these, because this is all about fast, 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 right?
Yes.
You put your A piece on top of your pieced section. Okay, it doesn't matter the directional, somebody's asking about directional. It does not matter.
What do
These
you mean directional?
there's a comment that was made that some of her fabrics are directional.
Yeah,
Oh.
Barbara Williams responded as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Barbara, for answering that. It does not make a difference. You're gonna turn these blocks all different directions. So please don't pay attention to whether or not it's directional. Colby asked what size is the large wool mat. I think it is 24 by, I'm not sure. Michael, would you measure it? This is 24,
The wool mat?
yeah, 24 by 48 maybe?
Yes.
Well, we'll find out for you. But it fits on your ironing board, which is what I like. So at the cabin, I have a sewing space that it's a bar. It's actually a kitchen bar from IKEA. And I put my wool mat for this type of pressing. And then if I want to press a large piece of fabric, I have a ironing board. And I've got one of those, hey, I found this new thing called, are you using steam? I'm not using steam, but you can.
I love to use steam.
Yeah, I usually do use steam.
Woo! My chair. Almost took me out. Hey, Nicholas.
Rosemary's asking what 1/4-inch foot. I'm using a Bernina 1/4-inch foot. This is a Bernina machine. Oh, hey you guys, did y'all see the live video we did yesterday on the sewing machines? If you're in the market for a new machine, Bernina has a new program that they are doing right now because of the coronavirus, where they're allowing us to ship machines to you. So if you've been looking, I love the 4 Series machine. The 4 Series is a Quilter's edition. You get a knee lift, you get a 1/4-inch foot, you get all kinds of goodies with it. And right now, for a limited time, we can also give you a really nice sewing machine trolley. It's more than a tote bag. It's a trolley. It's on wheels. It's really, really nice. And it's a $400 value. And we can give that to you for free with the purchase of any 4 Series machine. So, if you're in the market for a machine, you need to call the store, talk to Sean. He can answer all your questions. We also have 60 months, 0% financing. So it's 60 easy payments. A $475, any idea how much they are? You know what, I really am not supposed to tell you online anyway. You need to call the store. When you break it down over 60 months, it's really affordable. And we have financing that you can apply for. Actually, if you will, send a text message to we're gonna pull it up. Yeah, the trolley is gorgeous, Trey. Beautiful, beautiful. If you want to see if you qualify for financing or how much you qualify for, it's really easy.
Text
You send a text message to
94323
94323.
and enter Bernina as the message.
Wait a second, Trish. And you enter Bernina. So text to 94323 and enter Bernina. And you will be given a link to an online form that you can apply to see how much credit you will get. Stitching Heaven Lady, my machine thread broke. That's Dana. Dana's Stitching Heaven Lady. Well, no wonder it was wrapped around the back of my machine. Wrapped around the
Oh, nice.
Dana would have fixed that in a heartbeat. Stitching Heaven Lady. We're on the cruises. That's what Dana's known.
That's what Dana's known as?
Yeah.
Stitching Heaven Lady.
Dana's great on the cruises. Those of you who have been on a cruise with us, is Dana great or what? Give me a big thumbs up. Go Dana. We need to let her know how appreciated she is.
Okay, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 this time.
You silly girl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which was about how many I took back from you.
I know, that's okay. Just have that little home ownership thing going.
I know. We are in, Wendy, we are in the Quarantine Quilt Along right now. You have found it. Wendy was asking if it was canceled. No, we're all doing it.
We're here. You know, it's too bad that it's not, you know, if we were on Zoom or something, people could show us what they're doing.
Yeah, but we're not.
Yeah, we're not.
And there's 114
And there's too many
people
people
watching.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Okay, I got it.
Now you give me ideas, though.
Giving Michael an idea.
Okay, Michael. You know what? That would be an okay way to have, you know how nobody knows when we'll be able to start having classes and things again. And that might really be a great way to do online classes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then you could interact, and then, I don't know if anybody knows about Zoom, what it is, but it's a great way to, you can see what the people, it's like a conference call with a bunch of people, and everybody gets a chance to talk if you're not muted by the teacher.
Yeah.
So it's nice because the teacher can mute it.
Well, we've got a camera called Nevo that we used when we did our New Year's Day event that actually shows the whole class.
Oh.
But we had technical difficulty. We've got to figure out what's wrong with it.
Oh, we will.
But this way people could be home at their own machines, and you could be teaching, and then they could be working.
Sure sounds like you're creating yourself a great project.
Oh, yeah.
No, Trisha's the buyer.
Not doing that. Sorry, that's what's, you know, I have thoughts run through my head, and then I just sort of
She's creating a
spill
job
them
for
out.
you, Michael.
Yeah, Michael, you lucky dog.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, what?
That's what I'm getting.
What?
Okay, Linda Cypress wants to know if she wants to make a table topper, how many blocks would it take? You guys, just use as many blocks as you want. However big your table topper you want it to be. These are 8 inches finished, so you need to figure out the dimensions, and you know, if you put 3 across, that's 24 inches, and however long your table is, you know, just figure it out from that. Actually, it would be cool to make a table topper where you put these on the front and the back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
Or just a table runner. You could make a couple table runners, 2 or 3 or however many,
Yeah.
and give them for Christmas.
Yeah, give them for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, this makes great Christmas gifts.
Oh, hey, use it. 4th of July is coming up. Get really bright, happy, you know,
Picnic.
colors.
Yeah, picnic
Picnic
colors.
colors, or
Yeah.
colors like, you know, patriotic colors.
4th of July, right.
Yeah. Oh, no, can't push you.
Wendy, I am happy you found us. She says that she didn't see it in events, but you found us, it's here.
Yay.
This is going to be posted later as a YouTube event, so what you missed in the beginning, you can go back and look at. Or you can go to YouTube and watch our tutorial there. It's about, what, 15, 20 minutes over there at YouTube. And again, you guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's where we want you to be able to keep up with us. And we want to keep up with you. I'm talking to the phone, and we want to keep up with you. Karen Adrian has just posted that She gets, if you do 4x5 blocks, she gets 2 baby presents from 1 layer cake.
Woohoo!
Just add the borders and the binding.
Oh, that is such a good idea. You know what? You could make 2 different layer cakes and use one on the front and one on the back. So it's reversible in case the baby pukes all over it or something. Here.
All right.
So
Now,
use my little snipper.
use your little snipper and cut those apart.
And then press it, correct?
And then press it. So we're gonna cut, and we're gonna press.
I'm gonna put water in my iron.
This one didn't come all the way to the end.
What?
I know.
That's
It's
the good
okay.
thing about 1/4 inch seam allowances. You can make up for it.
Oh, yeah. I always say, fabric is fluid. That's because fabric is fluid. It has nothing to do with my sewing.
That's right. I knew that.
Yes. It's the fabric's fault. Alrighty, I'm on my last one, and then we're gonna cut this apart and press it. So we're gonna cut, and press.
Okay. How do you fill this thing?
Alrighty.
Doesn't this
We have 100 people watching. You know what? I think we need to give something away.
All right. What are you gonna give
Michael
away?
doesn't know. What do y'all think? Y'all think we should give something away? Okay, I want everyone to share this video. If every one of you share this video, I'm gonna bribe you. Share this video and I'll give something away.
There you go.
Tulip pink.
Huh?
Tulip pink layer cake.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, yes, no. I tell you what. So we're gonna say in 10 minutes, I'm gonna see how many people we can get on. In 10 minutes, I'm gonna give away one of these layer cakes. How about that? Would you
Yeah.
guys like that?
I can get it.
I'm gonna give away one of these layer cakes. And I'm gonna choose randomly from the people who are watching. So I'll have to figure out in a minute exactly how we're gonna do that. Sherry Jo's ready. She shared my story and my Facebook page. Woo-hoo! Thank you, Sherry. Lori Witt, she shared it. Linda Mentor would love to have one. Come on, you guys, let's share. All right, I'm going to be doing some pressing over here. Again, it doesn't matter. Actually, I press to the A piece at this step just because I don't want to press onto a seam that I've sewn, but it really doesn't matter. Did you put water in your iron?
I did.
I think I may have to have some water in my iron.
Well, I just refilled my water bottle for drinking. You can use that.
Oh, can I use that?
Yes, I share.
We might have to have a water bottle for ironing.
Well,
All right, you guys.
this is so fast.
Yeah, it is fast.
I really like that about this pattern.
In 10 minutes, what time will that be?
I don't know.
What time will that be, you guys? What time is it right now?
I don't know what time it is. Oh, it's on the It's on the computer over here. Hold on, I'll go look. It is 11:34.
11:34. So at 11:45, we're going to be giving away a layer cake.
Yoo-hoo.
Ooh. I know, Kathy. When is lunch? I'm getting hungry. We ordered from Jan's. I bet our food is in there. Cheryl Balcony, hey, Cheryl went on a cruise with us, and she bought one of those woolly felted pressing bars. Have you ever seen those, Trish?
A woolly felted
woolly
pressing bar.
Felted pressing bar. It's a bar, and it has this wool mat, and it helps you to press your seams open.
It's round. It's cylindrical.
It's like, I'll have to show it to you.
Yeah.
Very cool. It's like a bar, a wooden
Flat
bar, and then it has this hump on it, and it's covered in wool.
So it's half a cylinder.
Mm-hmm. And it helps you to
Oh,
press
and then
your
your fabric just lays over it, and then you can just right down without. Oh, very cool. Yeah, you'll have to show me.
Yeah. Cheryl says she likes hers. It's awesome. All right, 1:45. We're gonna be giving away a layer cake.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Got the social distancing
Moments.
stick.
Minky Kim, huh?
Social distancing.
Are you walking around with a big stick? All right, that's what we're giving away. At 1:45, giving away a layer cake.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm pressing all of these. So this side is done. I know, isn't it amazing? That side is done.
Yes. I am amazed.
I know, isn't this fun?
Yes.
All right, so what we're gonna do in our next step, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what the next step is, because Trish is ready to go over there. We're gonna sew this side together, same manner. We're gonna sew the C and the B together, these two. So that's the other side. We're gonna sew those together, so.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, I do like this better with steam.
Ooh, should I have brought the coolest steaming iron?
Would you go out and see if you can find a woolly pressing bar?
Woolly pressing bar.
I hope we're not out of them. I bet we are. What's the front if we have a woolly pressing bar? And if we don't, tell the buyer that we need to order some.
How do you spell that? Woolly, W-O-O-L-Y?
Uh-huh. Woolly pressing bar.
Ooh, 20-inch woolly seam pressing bar and clapper. Okay.
Yep.
What is a clapper?
I don't know.
Oh. Maybe somebody out in your land knows.
I don't know. I know how the pressing bar works though. It's awesome. All right, so I've got that. Oh, Deborah Schwab says her templates have just arrived. She can't wait to get started.
Oh.
Hey, Gail, we're making scrap crazy. We're about to start sewing together our B piece and our C piece. If y'all want a tutorial from the beginning, there is a tutorial on our YouTube page. If you want to go watch that and get caught up. But this is like the fastest quilt you'll ever make, and it's a wonderful, nice project. All right. And you guys hang in there because at 1:45 we're going to be giving away a layer cake. And everybody's promised to share this live video on their page. So we can do that. Oops, that one's I don't want. Somebody's calling me. I don't think I'm going to answer.
No, I don't think so.
Probably selling me insurance. It's from United States. What do you want to bet it's a sales call?
Yeah, you think?
I think I'll decline that.
United States. Yes.
How many of you have been making masks?
Linda's calling you to sell you insurance.
Who?
Linda will sell you insurance.
Linda.
Insurance lady.
Oh.
Michael, you have such a smarty pants. And you say it so seriously, everybody thinks you're serious.
Who's Linda?
Look at him.
That's what we call the insurance people when they call.
Linda?
Yeah. Linda.
It's Linda. All right, you guys, here we go. Here is the woolly felted pressing strip that Cheryl was talking about. There's a couple of different ones of these. One of them's just a strip, and that works too.
Oh,
I
fine.
know. These are wonderful. You take like if you're doing like a jelly roll or something,
Right.
and you
You want to
Oh,
share what you're
that's
putting up
true.
on the
right,
quilt
and
shop?
you need to press it open. You just put it on this, and it.
I think Clay has a commercial for everybody.
You have a ruler?
I'm trying to sell us a woolly pressing mat. Cheryl Balcony. You remember Cheryl Balcony and her husband?
Mm-hmm.
You do remember them. Cheryl, Clay's here.
Have to stay 6 feet.
You have to stay 6
That's
feet.
what I'm doing, is hanging up signs that say social distancing is required.
I've been staying 6 feet.
We're about to find out.
Oh no, we're gonna measure?
I don't think those
Seriously?
sewing machines are 6 feet.
I think they
Mother.
let's pose
He's
6
gonna
feet.
torment you.
They are within 6 feet.
So when
All
you're
right.
leaned over your sewing machine, she's leaned over your sewing machine, you're in the danger zone.
So what does Clay carry his big stick?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's Clay's duty around here.
Chief COVID officer.
Making sure we're
Chief
talking.
COVID officer.
Chief COVID officer.
CCO.
You know, we ordered a thermometer and it hasn't come yet.
It came yesterday.
Oh, did it come?
I'm working on the spreadsheet, and I'm gonna take time, I'm doing this, I'm gonna write a
Oh
memo,
no.
and I'm taking temps.
All right, so we're taking temps every day, guys. Woo-hoo!
Oh man, I screwed up.
Yeah, isn't that great? We got one of those scanner thermometers, and so everybody gets their temperature taken every day.
Good deal. Okay, this is not supposed to be like this, right? Oops.
Trish, I just said we are not gonna rip.
I have to
You have to
rip.
rip. Wait, you have to show them what you did.
Oh, seriously? Okay.
Michael,
I lined up the wrong edge.
yeah, set the camera where they can see both of us.
Okay, so I'm gonna rip
This
it.
is what you don't wanna do, but yes, you are gonna have to rip that.
Yes, all right.
Because the thing is with this, you guys, if you mess up one, you can't just say, oh, I'm not gonna use that.
Well, how could you sew it?
have to have all
You'd
of
have to
them.
do an inset. That way you're.
You have to have all of them, yeah. So, or either that or you have to make a smaller quilt.
Yeah, missing one block.
Missing one block is
Put a
really
hole in
good.
there and don't let the batting show through.
Ruh-roh. I was being so proud by saying we weren't gonna rip, but
I
yes, you
know.
are gonna rip.
All right, just rub it in. There we go. I'm sure everybody knows how to rip.
Yeah.
Where did I just stick that thing? Oh, here it is.
The drawing is at 1:45. What time is it?
You want me to get up and go look at the clock again?
Yes.
Okay.
Or no, somebody tell me what time it is. They're online, they can tell.
Yeah, tell us. We have
Tell
no
us.
clue.
Tell us what time it is.
Oh, well, you know why that
You know,
was?
Linda, I'm not sure
Look at
how much.
this. I was trying to sew two like ones together.
No, you
That
can't,
doesn't work.
no. Okay, the pressing bar retails for $42.99, our price is $39.99. It's a really high quality, piece of equipment too, you really like it.
The pressing bar normally, wait.
Okay, it's 144, has everyone shared?
Deb, it is 11:45.
It's 11:45, okay. We're gonna award. A second. Okay, I'm gonna give away a layer cake. And it's a layer cake that I'm working on. Very sweet little grays and blues and pinks. It's Moments by Minky Kim from Riley Blake is the name of the layer cake. And so the way we're gonna do this, we've got 109 people watching. So that I'm not biased in any way, Michael, I want you to just scroll up and point your finger at somebody and tell me who it is.
Karen Adrian.
Karen Adrian! Woo! Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yay.
I went up and pointed, and
That's who it goes. There you go. All right, Karen Adrian. Awesome. So we'll be giving something else away in a little bit. Sharing and commenting helps. We would love for you guys to go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, if you will.
Sean's here.
Sean's here.
Hey.
What's up?
Sean. All right, come over here, Sean, by me. Okay, I need to scratch my nose.
You're not allowed to
I'm
do
not
that.
allowed.
Show you what you've done so far.
To scratch my nose. All right, you guys, Sean's here. Come over here, Sean.
You got a
So
few
they can
minutes.
see you. You got a few minutes?
Yeah.
You can spare a few minutes for us?
Yeah, I got
You're not in the
a
frame.
meeting I gotta go
You
into.
need to go over here so they can see you. Do you guys have any questions? Sean is our sales manager in the store, and he was on the live video yesterday talking about the 400 series machines and the trolley, the free trolley, and all of that, the program that's being offered by Bernina. You wanna just run through that real quick? And I'm gonna see if you guys have any questions, so just talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, with the promotion that I was talking about on the video yesterday, it was actually for any of the 4 series, so 435, 475, and the 480. It has a free trolley bag that goes with it.
$400 trolley bag.
A $400 trolley bag, absolutely, and it's free. Not only does it fit the 4 series, but it also fits the 3 series, like these 330s that are here, but also 5 series as well. But yeah, if you want to see pictures of it, we have them posted online on our Facebook. And if you have any questions about the promotion or 0% interest on financing, if you want to, you
For
can always
60
reach out.
months?
All the way up to 60 months.
Wow.
Absolutely.
But the trolley is free with the 4 series.
With the 4 series,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
That's what they're calling it, the trolley.
Huh?
That's what they call it, the trolley.
It's a
I was
trolley.
calling it a travel case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, she needs some more.
We
Okay,
just-
so if you
All right,
have any
hey.
questions, you can call Sean. Our
6
number is
feet.
903-760-7397. and just give him a call and he can answer all your questions. Or you can apply for financing online to see how much you qualify for. You need to send a text message to 94323 and just put in Bernina in the text, and the next thing you'll see is a link to a application, and they can check really quick to see how much you can qualify for. 60-month financing is really amazing. So let's say you've got a, where's my calculator?
Well, with the financing, the spring promotion that we have going on right now, all the way up to the 14th of this month, for 48 months, it needs to be $2,000 or more. And then for the 60 month, it needs to be at least a $4,000 purchase or more.
Okay.
But even breaking down $2,500.
Okay, say $2,500 for 48 months is only $52 a month.
$52 a month for
Yeah.
the machine.
And then if you go up to, how much for the 60? $4,000? If you go up to $4,000 for the 60 months, it's only $66 a month, so it's less than $100 a month. That's a really great way to buy a machine.
Just don't go out to eat a couple times.
Yeah, that's true. Don't go out to eat a couple of times, which we can't go out to eat anyway. Think of all the money we're saving not eating, or not eating out.
Hey, so at some point, good question here, we need to address First Saturday for our viewers.
Okay.
And what that looks like. So maybe I bring Trish, our other Trish in later for that. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Got a full-on studio over here. Thank you. It's so delayed.
All right. The pattern name, let's see.
What did I do again?
When you sew A
Yeah,
onto the
use a needle.
DC piece, which end do you line up and start stitching from? Trey is asking. I line up the straight sides and I start stitching from the angle side.
Ooh.
That's what I do. Is that what you're doing? I
Well,
really don't think it matters, Trey, honestly.
only if you're me, you know, like, I turned this around backwards and I sewed
Are
the
you
wrong
ripping?
edge
Are you ripping again?
I know, right?
How are you doing that? You're not supposed to rip.
I know, cause I'm distracted. I must be hungry.
You must be hungry.
You probably do need to eat.
Obviously, my
I have put it in your order, Deb. I didn't get you anything, Trish.
I know, but I brought some. I
Is my
brought a
order
banana.
here?
It's really.
I don't know. I'll go double check.
Better be, it's nearly 1 o'clock.
It's only 11:52.
No, we don't need to eat for an hour.
Why did I think it was 1:45?
I don't know.
11:52, that's awesome. Kept saying it's 1:45, it's 11:45.
Oh, yeah.
Trey, if your notched edge is off a bit, don't sweat it. It's gonna just all come out in the wash. Trey bought a machine.
I was about to say, Trey, how are you liking your Bernina?
Yeah, how are you liking your new machine, Trey? Anybody else having trouble with the sound? Shirley is saying she's got her volume all the way up and she cannot hear. What device are you working from, Shirley? Are you on a computer? Are you on an iPhone or what? We haven't had any complaints about the sound.
We'll move us closer.
We'll move a little closer. Blanche is a dream to use. I think Trey means Bernina. What did you say, Blanche? Is a dream to use.
That
Darn
sounds like the Golden
autocorrect.
Girls. Yes. Oh my gosh, no kidding.
says she has good sound. So I don't know, Shirley.
Well, I would just ask Dana how she remedied her sound.
Dana, how did you remedy your sound?
Oh, she named her Blanchy.
Oh, her machine's name is Blanche. Okay.
So does anyone else on here name their machines? It's a good
Mine
question.
was named the Beast for a while, I'm telling you. I had to get used to it. But we're friends now. I love him. He's a workhorse. I have a 770, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
You know, when I taught at Grand Rapids for Paducah, or not Paducah, I taught at Paducah, but when I taught at Grand Rapids, we had Bernina machines in our classrooms. They are really like a hot knife through butter.
Yep.
They're just, I didn't know because I didn't have a lot of experience with the Bernina line, but they were amazing.
Bernina they're wonderful. The president of Bernina came to our grand opening. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Paul Ashworth. And he gave a talk about the company and the machines, and very, very interesting. It's still a family-owned business. His son, okay, wait a second. I've got one left over. This is impossible. So that means that one of us had probably sewn, oh wait, there it is. Never
Oh,
mind.
good. You scared me. I thought, did I sew it too?
Yeah, that's the thing, you guys, with this. You will always come out even. You never will have pieces left over. If you have a piece left over, that means one of them is either you sewn two pieces together, which happens a lot, or it can happen, and I'm not saying it happens a lot, but it can happen more often when you use in batiks because they tend to stick together.
Oh, right.
So if you've got one left over, that means one has fallen on the floor, or you've sewn it together, two instead of one.
So you have to search.
You have to search. Are you through pressing? You are a speed demon.
I am. Want me to press yours?
I want to try something.
Yes. Awesome. Well, if we do that, we can't hear Trish.
Like I'm talking so much.
Yeah, let's not use it. They said the sound was fine.
Boy, you did a lot of these.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't have to rip.
That's true. I didn't have to
You
rip.
did not.
Oh, and your lunch is on the way.
I'm not gonna move over close because that would be closer than 6 feet until you get through. Oh.
Is this one the last one?
Clay has put a yellow paper all over the wall with
I know.
The guidelines.
He wants everybody to know.
What 6 feet looks like. We got a 6 feet stick
You
here.
know what? A lot of places, they're putting blue marking tape every 6 feet. So
Yeah.
people
So this pole is exactly 6 feet. And
Yeah. I went to the grocery store last night. I had to go to the grocery store to get some essentials. And, I stayed 6 feet away from everybody. I was amazed at the number of people wearing masks like the ones that we made.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
Especially if they have a cough or something, Probably.
I think it's coming down to where it's going to be recommended we all wear masks here soon.
Yeah, for a while anyway, probably. All right, guys. We got one more seam, and our blocks are going to be made.
Yoo-hoo.
So we're going to now sew this section to this section. So we made the section on the left, and then we made the section on the right, and we're gonna sew those two sections together. So that's the next step. And what I do, again, I don't pin this. I just line it up at the top and line it up at the bottom.
Here, you
Oh,
have one to
those
show.
are warm. And go for it. This is bias, this is like bias edge. So if you're not comfortable, you're afraid you're gonna stretch this a little, you can put a pin in it. Some of you might feel more comfortable having a pin to secure it, but you wanna be careful on this step that you do not stretch it.
So do you do that? Sometimes some people will leave a little bubble of fabric right in front of their presser foot so that when it feeds through it doesn't stretch it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I've never done that.
Okay.
And if you line it up at the top, where you clipped off that little, I'll show you. Okay. Michael, can we get a close-up of this?
Absolutely.
This is the block. So if you line this up at the top, and then you sew it and you sew off at the bottom, it comes out perfect.
Let me show this little technique about the bubble.
Closer than that, Michael. You want me to come close to you?
I'm zoomed in all the way.
Oh, you're zoomed in all the way? Okay, well, let me come closer. I want them to see the block. Okay, so that's your block. When I press this, I press it like this, from this side. I press it down so it sets the seam, and then I turn it up, and I press it open. Everybody understand that?
You're not pressing the seam itself open, you're just pressing it to one side,
Right.
or you're pressing
Right,
it
I'm
open?
pressing to set the seam.
Right. Okay,
I press it like this,
right,
I lay it down like this, and then I press the seam
right.
to set the seam, and then I open it.
You open from the front, okay.
Right, I don't press the seam open.
Here's what I'm talking about. If you have a machine that doesn't have, like this feeds so well that you don't have a problem. But some machines, like some of the older machines, don't, like the presser foot is a little bit too hard down on the feet. So when you're sewing a bias edge, you can end up stretching it without meaning to. So if you put this in and you start sewing and you take your fabric right before the foot and you just give a little bubble like this,
Oh.
then when it pulls this through, you just keep a slight bubble there, then it keeps it from stretching out of
Oh, okay.
bias. So I,
That's good to know.
yeah.
All right. Oh, Rhonda, yes. Rhonda's asking if we have any new Tim Holtz fabrics coming. We have the Christmas Tim Holtz fabric. It's going to be here. But I don't think it's gonna be here till July. We also have the new foundation pieces, the eclectic elements, and he's got a new, what's the name of it? It's a solid group. It's so wonderful. It's not foundations, starts with a P. Name escapes me, but yeah, we've got that coming as well. Actually, we've got that some of that on the website now. We are gonna have the Tim Holtz Christmas And in the coming soon section of our website, there is a quilt kit that's just darling from that new Tim Holtz. It's a tree quilt from the new Tim Holtz Christmas. Jan is asking if we have to square this up. You do not. These come out perfect. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Ah. Yep, Tim Holtz Christmas fabric is wonderful this year. We've got a preview of it on in our coming soon section of our website. Rosemary's saying she needs a layer cake. Rosemary, do you have the template set? If you do, you can use just scraps from your sewing room. You don't have to have a layer cake. This is so fun. Huh?
I love how fast this is.
Oh, it's so
though I had to
fast.
rip, yeah.
I know, even if you have to rip. Do 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 do. Michael, would you do me a favor?
Absolutely.
Would you go take that layer cake to the front and see if we have yardage? And
And if we do have them,
I'd just like to know if we have yardage.
So when you go to put these together, you just randomly, or do you use a design law?
Well, we're gonna talk about that when we go to put them together.
Okay,
That will be in the next section.
okay. You need to sing.
Well, I could sing the Quilting Queen song. Does anybody want to
I
hear
do
the
not
Quilting
know the
Queen
Quilting
song?
Queen song. You have to tell me what it is.
Well, they'll have to say they want to hear it before I sing it.
Okay.
And if you say you want me to sing it, you have to be willing to accept my singing ability, which is not very good.
That's what you say.
It
You
is.
don't know that for sure.
Well, I don't hear anybody saying they want to hear the Quilting Queen song.
Don't get your feelings hurt. It's
I
okay.
know. They could say, probably would be saying, no, we don't want you to sing that. The Quilting Queen song is a song I wrote the first time we did a cruise on Quantum of the Seas. And
What, on the what?
Quantum of the Seas.
Quantum of the Seas?
Yeah, it's a cruise ship called Quantum of the Seas.
Oh.
Wendy wants me to sing it, she says. And that ship, you know, these big ships have these Broadway shows that are just so amazing. They do Cats and they do,
Oh, no kidding.
yeah, they do, We Will Rock You, and they do,
Wow.
Hairspray. And on this ship, they did Mamma Mia.
Oh, I love Oh, I love that show. Oh, Meryl Streep, I love her.
So, I wanted to, yeah, Joanne, you don't know the quilting song because it's an original. It's the Quilting Queen song. I wanted a theme song, you know?
Yeah.
We were gonna be going to see Mamma Mia, right?
So you went from being a quilter to being a songwriter.
Well, and I'm not a very good singer, because the problem with Mamma Mia is that, so I wrote the words to Dancing Queen,
Oh.
and except it's Quilting Queen.
Right. I love it.
And
we
let's
all
see,
get up and sing it and
we used to
dance.
sing it on all of our cruises, but now Dana doesn't like me to sing it anymore, so she told me not to sing it anymore.
Okay.
Linda Holder knows the quilting song. Linda, if I sing the quilting song, the Quilting Queen song, will you sing along with me? If I sing it, I'm not gonna be the only one singing in here, aren't I?
Well, I don't know the song, right? Sing it with you.
Okay. Okay, well, don't sew, I'm gonna sing it.
Okay, let me start this so I don't lose my spot. Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can remember the words.
Okay.
But you have to listen to the words, because the words are important. And I have to change keys a lot, because
Real
Dancing
range.
Queen is really high, and I'm not
Yes.
that high, because I'm kind of an alto.
Okay. Start low.
Packed our bags and we're ready to go. Friends are there that we will know. Cruising is the best, really is our thing. We're getting in the swing. A new technique that we can try. We just laugh, we never cry. With encouragement, everything is fine. We're in the mood to quilt. And we're not going to quit. Everybody sing along. We are the Quilting Queens. We are older than 17. Quilting Queens, hear the beat from the sewing machine. Oh yeah, we can sew, we can jive, having the time of our lives.
Check, check. Stay still.
See us girls, watch that scene, dig in the Quilting Queens. Do 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 do. I'm not finished. There's another.
Okay.
Verse.
Another verse.
Layer cakes, they turn us on. Buy a few before they're gone. Sew them all together. Anything will do. We're in the mood to quilt. You're interrupting my performance.
Oh.
And we're not going to quit. We are the Quilting Queens. We are older than 17. Quilting Queens, feel the beat from the sewing machine. Oh yeah, we can sew, we can jive, having the time of our lives. We'll see us girls, watch that scene. We are the Quilting Queens.
probably will put earplugs in, but
No,
too
that
bad.
became our
Theme
theme song. Because if you guys
Yeah.
want the words, we can send you the words.
I think you should post them on your website.
We need to post the words with this YouTube video.
We'll put it-
Absolutely.
Okay.
Aaron can get them.
Dana can write it out and post the comments.
It's Aaron's got it all written up. It's on the trailer there.
All right, your bulldog is here. I'm gonna go grab lunch.
Okay, go grab lunch. Maybe we can do without you.
Maybe, I don't know. I think he's pretty necessary.
Hi, Michael.
We'll
Hi,
find out if
Michael.
he's essential or not.
We can what?
Find out if I'm essential for the next 30 minutes or not.
Okay, you are essential.
30 minutes. Take a short lunch.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Take a short lunch.
I'm not his boss. You were supposed to say that. Take a short lunch.
Take a short lunch, Michael.
Oh man, you know what the goal is in half an hour to get like the first row and the last row sewn.
Oh, the first row and the last row. There will be like 2 rows.
Well, yeah, so what's your point?
Oh, my bulldog club. I'm gonna take a bite.
Okay.
My gosh, this is huge. Huge.
Wow.
I know.
You're not gonna be able to wrap your mouth around that thing. That's from Jan's? Is that the name of it? Well, okay, so next time you guys go to Jan's, I'm gonna get something like that.
Oh, you wanna split this?
No, thanks. It has ham on it, I suppose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your hand.
I don't do ham.
Yep. It's amazing.
But I bet they would let me order a club with just turkey.
Oh, yeah. It would be a turkey club.
A turkey. Instead of a quilting club.
You know, I can start one of these quilts in the morning. I can cut it out, have my blocks put together by noon, and have it put together, borders and all, by dinner time.
That is very cool. I have to tell you, I have so many people that I owe quilts to.
Oh, this is a perfect one.
Yeah, no kidding.
This is
And
a
I could
perfect
I
choice.
could pick layer cakes that were appropriate for each person.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, you can choose, like, here, that is a man's quilt, in my opinion.
I actually really like that for like my living room, because my living room, when we bought our furniture, we bought dark leather couches and recliners, because my guys were all 6 foot something, you know, 6'3", 6'4", so we needed big furniture, and I thought, oh man, that would have been perfect in my living room, but now that I am selling my house and moving, I may get smaller furniture.
Okay, you know what I did?
No, what?
You know when you have 2 sofas in a living room,
Yes,
and you set them across from each other,
right,
and you have a table in the
table in the middle, right,
It's really awkward, if you think about it.
because you're staring at each
It's
other.
awkward because you're staring at each other. It's awkward because you really can't seat 3 people on a sofa.
Oh,
It's awkward to
They're
put
all
a
like
person in the
this.
middle because they're all like this.
right,
So I had these leather sofas I had for years. They were beautiful. And I'm talking to my mother one day. She's over at my house. It's when she had a house before she went to assisted living. And I said, Mom, you want to buy these sofas? I want to get rid of these sofas. I'm going to get rid of these sofas. You know anybody that might want to buy them? I want these sofas, she said. I said, well, okay. You're going to have to buy them from me. Well, okay, how much do you want for them? I want $1 for each one of them, I said.
I
Well,
bet
all
you
right.
just about-
All right.
Woo-hoo!
I said, I I'll sell them to you for $1. You have to have somebody come pick them up, was the rule.
Yeah.
Which my sister has in a construction company.
Oh, so she's got big vehicles
Yeah.
that they can do, and guys.
So my mother came and got the sofas, and I went and bought a really cool gray braided. I have a little gas furnace in my
Okay.
living room. I don't have a big built-in fireplace, but
Right.
you can have. But I've got this gas fireplace that turns on with a remote control. I mean, is that not lazy?
No, that's awesome.
It's wonderful, wonderful. So I got a gray braided rug, a circular gray braided rug, and I went and bought 5 different chairs, different
Oh.
style of accent
Oh,
chairs.
I love that
I know,
idea.
isn't that awesome?
Yes.
So everyone who comes in,
Has their own
it's like a little
space.
conversation pit.
Yeah.
Of course, I have my chair, which is the biggest chair.
Well, you're the queen, so
But-
you get the biggest chair.
Because I really do sit in there a lot and just read and sit by the fire, and then I've got this gray tufted cocktail table that has upholstery on the top.
Oh,
Like the one we have in the conference center, in the conference room.
right.
Yeah, it's really, really cool looking.
Oh, I get it. Okay, well, because I was gonna say, so then how do you set anything on there? But you just use your
I have a tray.
tray like you do in there, and put all your, so there's no place, if somebody has like a glass of water or something.
Oh, yeah. I found these little trays that have a clip on that they go on the arm of the chair.
No.
Yeah, and I bought one of each chair has got one of those. Yeah, I thought of that.
Okay, I wanna come to your house
Yeah,
and see
you'll have to come
this.
see it. It's really cool.
That sounds,
Yeah.
you know what, it's so nice to be able to go and see how different people do things too, because it gives you so many ideas and,
Well, you know, the whole thing about the sofas, I was like, why do people have sofas? Why do we have chairs?
well, you know what? When we bought ours, our sofa is a recliner on each end, and then the other 2 chairs are recliners. So we could all sit in our own recliner. And, but, you know, it was like you have the sofa and then you have a chair and a chair, so that because we were all supposed to be able to watch television together. Not
Right.
because we ever talked to each other.
Well, we have our leadership team meetings there now, at my house.
Oh.
We have a team meeting once a month, and it's really nice. You know, if I had the sofas, it would be awkward, but
Right,
our team meetings, everybody gets a chair.
like your conference room. Yeah.
It's
I
like-
love the way you have the conference room set up. Plus, you have the TV up there so that you can put imagery up there, things that you want for your computer, so that we can see what you're talking about, because visual, not that quilters are visual or anything.
Yeah, they don't know what
but,
we're
yeah,
talking about
yeah.
though. We have a conference room here at the store, and it's a room we never, in the old store, we never had a place where we could just go and brainstorm and talk, and so we decided, we made a commitment that when we built this store, we were gonna have a space like that. So we've got a room over there, and it's got a television up on the wall, and it's got a table in the middle with a rug, and guess where I got that idea? From my house.
From your house. Yeah, it's great.
It's got
It is,
chairs.
it's great.
Same idea.
Okay, I need 1, 2, 3 more of the little corners.
Which ones?
You know,
On this
the little.
this side?
Yes,
You need 3?
3.
There you go. Oops, I just coughed and I didn't cough into my elbow.
Oh no. Well, it's a good thing I'm 6 feet away.
I'm glad Clay's not in here.
Yeah,
It's a good thing you're 6 feet away. That's right.
Well, we know you're okay because you don't have a temperature.
That's true.
Well, you have a temperature, but you don't
You
have
don't
a
have a high temperature.
Yes, you're not dead. Shouldn't joke about that, huh? Whatever. All right. Cool. Very cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many do you have? Yeah. I have 18. Okay. You know. What I want to do is to make sure everybody sees this pressing. I'm going to bring the camera over here. All right, because I want to make sure everybody understands this. Okay, so this is the block right here. When you start to press these, especially when you have this bias edge right here, what you want to do is you want to turn it like this. And you want to take your iron. I am using steam. You don't have to use steam, but I am. And you press this seam right here. And that sets the seam. Okay? And then you press it back. Is that how you do it? That's exactly how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go press mine too.
So you set the seam, and then you press it back. And you see how perfect these are? I mean, these are exactly 8 inches, so there's really no reason to have to square these up. You're gonna work from these just like they are. Because remember, this is all about being fast, and if you had to square all these up, it would take more time. Put these over here. And you just wanna hold it like here, move your iron a little bit. We don't wanna go like this. Then press it back. And this is called pressing. This is not called ironing. So it's about 12:30, I would guess. Is that right?
I don't know.
y'all think it's time that we give away something else? I think it is. I think it's giveaway time. All right, somebody tell me what time it is. Is it 12:30 yet?
You want me to look on the computer again?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yay,
Oh, I didn't have his
giveaways.
computer
They
up.
like
Hold
the
on.
giveaways.
It's 12:29.
12:29. All right, so at 12:45, we're going to be giving away something. I'm not sure what. I'm going to give away a $20 gift card to
Wow.
the store. How about that? How does that sound, you guys?
Huh?
A $20 door prize.
Then they can get whatever they want,
Mm-hmm.
like a layer.
So at 12:45, we're going to give away a $20 credit in the store, or gift card, whatever you want to call it, shopping spree. I know $20 wouldn't be really considered a shopping spree, but then you can buy whatever you want as your door prize. So y'all set your clocks at 12:45. We're going to be giving away a $20 store credit. And you can apply that toward a Martelli roundabout. You can apply it to a layer cake. You can buy one of those woolly pressing things we were showing you earlier. These are so cute.
They really are.
Oh,
Oh, the cool thing is when you're working with a collection, you don't have to worry about whether or not one color stands out. It's great.
yeah. Yeah, when you're working with a collection, it all goes together. You know,
Yeah,
that's the
it
cool
really
thing
does.
about layer cakes.
I know it.
They all coordinate, they all have the same look and feel to them. That's why I prefer to work, when I'm doing this, I prefer to do it with a layer cake instead of out of my stash. Plus, it's just easier. Working with a layer cake is just easier.
Well, it's already cut, so all you have to do is, and you don't have a bunch of waste.
Oh yeah, hardly any waste.
Yeah.
Now see right there where I kind of got off a little bit? Don't worry about that, that's okay. Just keep on going, keep on keeping on. I noticed nobody's asked me to sing the quilting song again, the Quilting Queen song.
I love the quilting song. Oh my goodness. Yep. I'm gonna dance around the house singing it. The only one who has to put up with me
You
is my
are
friend.
the quilting queen, we are older than 17.
That's right.
Alrighty. Are you ready over there, Trish?
Well, I have to repress a couple. My iron wasn't hot enough.
We almost are ready to start putting blocks together. Can you believe it? I'm going to move the camera back over here. All right. Y'all be sure and tell me when it's 12:45.
Yeah, if somebody doesn't tell us, we won't have it.
Diane Poor says she says quilting queen stuck in her head. Oh, Marcia Hodgkins is working on making masks for the nursing centers in her community.
Where is she?
Where are you, Marcia? Is it Marcia Hodgkins? Barbara Williams just bought the Geared Up kit. Woo! Thank you, Barbara. Perfect. Pat Whitaker Vanderwater has made 93 masks so far.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. You guys, we got a call for 50,000 masks the other day. It's crazy. The quilting queen.
And you know, I
We
heard
are
that it's
older
gonna...
than 17.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, she's ready. Now, you guys, I want to give you a lecture about this. There's no reason to put this on a design wall
Okay.
because of several reasons. Chances are really good you could spend a lot, for one thing, this is about fast.
Yes.
And you could spend a lot of time putting this on a design wall and get it messed up anyway.
Yes.
That's reason number one. Reason number two is the people you are giving these to don't care.
You're right.
And they won't even notice. Okay.
Well, it's a scrappy thing, so it's
Right, I
not
wanna-
supposed
but I wanna
have a
show you
specific
this.
pattern.
I'm going to show you this patriotic one we did. I have never, ever, I've made a ton of these, and I have never, ever put one of these on a design wall. I did not put this on a design wall. Can you see the fabrics that are the same that are touching each other? First of all, is there any distribution of color that should not be there? No. Can you see the fabrics that are the same that are touching each other, which is what we just put on the design wall to keep from happening. Oh my gosh, two fabrics that are the same cannot touch each other, right? That's why we put it on the design wall. Do you see the fabrics that are touching each other? But if you look really close,
I could find them,
you
but
can
really,
find them.
you can't really see anything like that. I
Because-
mean, you know what I see is I see starbursts. So I think that's actually great fabric. I mean, when I look at that quilt, my eye goes to see the way they all kind of come together.
Okay, down here,
Yes.
you see right here,
Where? Yes.
those are the same fabrics.
Oh, for crying out loud. Okay.
Now, does that not make a cool shape though?
Yes, it does.
Doesn't it make this
Yeah,
quilt
yeah,
awesome?
you're right. I don't think with this layout of the block, it's gonna matter.
Yeah. So I know some of you will have a hard time doing this without putting it on a design wall, but if you do put it on a design wall, you're wasting your time. I'm just telling you that. This is about fast. If you don't put it on a design wall, it's gonna be just as awesome as if you put it on a design wall and fiddle-farted around with it. And, you know, again, the people you're giving these to don't care.
Right.
Would never, ever think about it in any way. So here's what I want you to do. Okay, let me get the camera set back up. Here's the way I want you to do this. You've got your blocks. Our blocks are all laid out here. And they're all the same direction, right?
Yes.
Pointed the same way, just like we sewed them. Okay. We're going to take two blocks, put them side by side like this, and we're going to turn this one time,
Okay.
and we're going to sew it together.
Okay.
And then the next block, we're gonna turn 2 times. And we're gonna sew it together. Now when I turn this 2 times, I get a fabric here that is like this fabric. I'm gonna take another block out of my pile, and I'm gonna turn it 2 times. And then you just go on and on and on and on until you, and then you sew 6 blocks together to make a row. And then you do that 7 times. And then you sew your rows together, and your quilt is done. And you really, it's kind of like having a baby. You really don't know what it's gonna look like until it comes out. You know?
Yeah, so I was just thinking, so you don't have to worry when you start your next row because you're sewing sets of 2 together, and then when you do that, when you sew this, so you're sewing 3 sets of 2 together, and then the next row starts with a different block than the first one you had
Right.
started with because it's, yeah, okay.
You just mix them up, and you don't even have to follow that. I mean, if you get confused and you say, did I turn that one 2 or did I turn it 3? It really doesn't matter. Just mix your blocks up so that you have a mixed up look when you put
Okay.
your rows together.
All right, well, this
If
is gonna
any
be
fabrics,
interesting.
if any fabrics do end up touching each other like that one did over there, when you're putting it together, it's probably gonna happen when you put your rows together. You just let it happen. You don't stress over it. Just sew your rows together and let it happen. Just trust that it's gonna be okay.
Okay,
And you may have a couple of fabrics that do that, but you won't have a lot, you know.
right,
So let's sew some rows together.
all right.
Hey. Let's see. I'm gonna put the camera back. So Trish, we can see Trish. We've been moving the camera, Michael.
Whoop,
Whoop whoop. Trish, do you want to eat?
No, not yet. I'm doing, I'll eat later.
How's that bulldog?
Ah, that bulldog is wonderful. Is anybody sewing blocks together besides us? If you are, you're super fast because there were 2 of us sewing these blocks.
Yes, yeah. I probably,
How far are you guys? What's in a bulldog, Kathy asks? A bulldog is a sandwich from Jan's. It's a club sandwich, and it has ham and bacon and turkey. It's just wonderful. We were saying earlier that we're supporting our local restaurants by
takeout.
takeouts. I don't pin these. You can pin them if you want to, if you're uncomfortable about them coming out even. It really doesn't matter if they come out a little bit uneven at the bottom. Oops.
Might wanna, I'm looking at some of these, might need to be trimmed, but I'm not gonna do it, I'm just gonna let it go together.
Oh, Stitch in Heaven lady. machine burned it.
Oh, bummer.
Bummer.
Bummer, bummer.
Trey's way behind us, she says. She said the bread came out of the oven.
Oh,
So she's making bread, thank you.
baking? Yay.
Yeah, we'll expect ours tomorrow.
Yeah, I love homemade bread.
I know,
Bring it
I
on.
do too.
I don't need the calories, but I love it. Well, it wouldn't be
Especially
quite
if
so
you've
bad
got
if I
some of
did
that-
butter.
Huh?
It wouldn't be so bad if I didn't put so much butter on.
Right, that's what I was about to say. Have you ever tried that Irish butter?
Yes, that is to die for. Literally.
You
It's
guys,
so
the
good.
Irish butter, y'all ever tried that? It's the one that's in the, I think it's like a aluminum foil
Yes.
container, and there's a gray
You
foil.
can buy it at Costco.
There's a gold foil container too. It's at Costco,
They have it at Costco
is
now.
it packaged the same way?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
you know, I eat a package of butter like once every 6 months maybe.
Oh geez,
Oh,
you
I
sound
don't-
like my friend that's visiting me right
I don't
now.
even
She
eat
doesn't
that
eat
much.
butter, and I love butter.
I love butter,
I'm never
yes.
gonna lose weight if I keep eating butter like that, though.
You know what one of my favorite snacks is?
What?
Butter and graham crackers. I'm not graham crackers, Ridge crackers.
Oh, I think they'd be great on graham crackers.
I think it would too. Well, butter's gotta be good on anything, come on.
I know.
Yeah, butter and Ridge crackers is my downfall. The other day I had this butter that I had melted, and I was using it for something, and it was, you know, out on the counter where it should have been, but it was still soft, and there was a package of graham crackers, Ridge crackers there beside it.
That's all she wrote.
I scooped it in the butter, oh, and then I would walk away, and I would come back a few minutes later, scoop another one.
Yep.
You know, we were talking about books. Do y'all listen to books while you sew?
No. Do you?
Oh, I do all the time. You don't listen to books?
You know what? I'm so ADD. If I don't, if I have anything going on, even music, I have a hard time. Because
I used to watch movies, and that's terrible if you're ADD.
well, and that's why this is probably a great pattern because, it all is supposed to be sort of we could call this the ADD quilt.
No, it's the QQA quilt.
The
Quarantine
QQA.
Quilt Along.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, for those of us that are a little hard to focus,
Oh, Jerry Carney says it's 2:47. Okay, Michael,
Mm-hmm.
we need another name.
All right.
We're gonna give away a $20 gift card.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And I'm frozen right here, but I'm pulling it up.
Do what?
Frozen for a second.
Michael's frozen, okay.
All right. Scrolling.
Drum roll, he's scrolling. He's gonna stop it on
PJ Surge.
PJ Surge. Woo-hoo! Way to go, PJ. PJ, we are going to get in touch with you and give you a coupon code.
I'll have it to her in 10 minutes.
Michael will have it to you in 10 minutes. Hey, Sherry Gerard. Sherry Gerard is from Alaska, you guys.
Hey, me too.
Yeah, she's one of our frequent cruisers. She and I talked last night about the availability of our quilt kits from the cruises that have been canceled. Those are available, and I gave Sherry a list, and hopefully Trisha, the other Trish, is gonna be getting back with you to tell you which ones are available and how to order them. The cruise kits are really cool because they're pre-cut, you guys. Everything's cut out for you.
So where is she from in Alaska?
I think she lives in Anchorage. Don't you live in Anchorage, Sherry? She'll answer in a minute.
I have an extra block. Would you like it?
I would love it. How do you know you have an extra block?
Because they're supposed to sew together in sets of two, right?
You sew yours together in sets of two.
Well, don't you sew them together in sets of two?
No, I sew them together row by row because,
Oh, no.
well, you can do it. You just have to mix up your blocks. If you sew together in sets of two, you've got two that are going the same way. And then
Oh,
you
dear.
can't have all of them.
I'm gonna have to rip it.
No, you're not. No, take those apart, you're cool. Take those apart and then just add your third one now. Just make sure they're all mixed up.
Okay.
There's really no, you just have to make sure they're not in a pattern.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I did not understand that part.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's why you sew
Do them.
two together and then you
Yeah.
turn the third one and then you turn the fourth one and you're back to straight. And then your second row, you start off turned once.
Right. Well, that makes sense. I hope I didn't do something really bad.
Man,
Well, you never know.
I choked on a piece of meat.
I need to trim this one. This is messy. Okay.
All right, PJ should receive an email with her coupon code.
All right, I've got a row made, woo-hoo!
Wow.
Whoa! And also, I don't press my seams between my blocks
Okay.
until I get this put together. Now, when I start the second row, I'm going to start it with the first block turned once,
Right.
and then
And then continue on, and then everything is still lapped. Okay.
got it.
Dana, I knew you were eating.
All right.
Okay.
Dana, I needed the Stitch in Heaven lady a few minutes ago. My machine needed to be rethreaded.
That's not gonna work because they're not rotated enough, so I could have a couple, like this could be here.
Do not stress over it.
I won't stress, I just know I'm gonna have to rip again.
No, you're not gonna rip again.
Yes, that's okay, because it won't be much, not if I get this straightened out. I know,
I forbid you to rip.
how many rows are there?
7.
7. So you're gonna do 3 or 4, so I'm gonna start with 3.
promise you. Trust me on this, it's gonna be awesome. Sherry Gerard lives in Eagle River,
Where's that at?
Oh,
just outside of Anchorage.
yeah. Great.
And she wanted cruise projects because they're going stir crazy, she said up there, like everybody else. Now, all you have to do is start one that's turned different from the one that you're starting it on, and then that'll mix them up. That's it. Billy Burgoon. Billy Burgoon is watching. Okay, we were going to talk about books, right? How many of you guys listen to books while you're sewing? I do. I just finished a couple of good books recommended by my friend Dana. One of them was The Great Beyond. And the other one was The Great Alone. No, it's not The Great Beyond, it was The Great Alone. And the other one is called Where the Crawdads Sing. And so I accused her because both of those books were like about family abuse, which I'm like, Dana. No, they're really great books, both of them are. They've got great stories. And if any of y'all have listened to either one of them, give us a shout out and tell us how you like them. Barbara says she gets distracted by what she's doing and she forgets to listen.
Join the club.
Rosemary Allen says she hasn't heard the quilting song. Well, she's not gonna hear it again.
What?
You'll have to replay the video later, Rosemary, to hear the Dana and Billy. I sung the Quilting Queen song for them while y'all were off. But I just started. Okay, I also read a book called. Well, actually, Dana read a book called The Stranger because I saw the miniseries, and I love the miniseries, and I thought, well, the book surely is as good or better than the miniseries. And so Dana read the book, but it was very interesting. But I've started, yeah, Mara listens to Where the Crawdads Sing. Have you ever read Where the Crawdads Sing? It's good.
No.
But you have to read it to the very end.
Why?
Oh, it's got such a surprising end. You have to read it to the very end.
Okay.
Yeah. I just started Philippa Gregory's books. Have you ever read her books?
No, I haven't. What kind of books does she write?
They're historical fiction,
Like what era?
like
was she?
Queens,
Oh,
and
like Renaissance area?
yeah,
or-
Renaissance area, 1700s.
Uh-huh.
The war between France and England is going on, and I am just really I feel like I'm really going to enjoy them. There's a series of about 4 or 5 books. There's, the first one is called, Lady by the River. And the second one is the White Queen, which was Queen Elizabeth back in the 1700s,
Right.
whose daughter was Queen Mary, who was the Blood Queen.
Literally.
Yeah, and, yeah, so I think I'm really gonna enjoy those books. I watched the White Queen was the miniseries, and I really enjoyed the story, so if anybody's read, Philippa, Judy Kelly read The Stranger. And she said it was great. PJ Serge read the Crawdaddy book.
I think Allie just finished reading that.
Keeper of Lost Things is a lovely, gentle story. She just finished reading the Crawdaddy.
Yeah.
I used to be a prolific reader, because that's how I put myself at night to sleep, unless it was a super good book, and then I'd read the whole book and I wouldn't get any rest, so, but, you can see, even when I'm concentrating, I make mistakes, so, I'm
You
distracted.
don't read to put yourself to sleep anymore?
Yeah, I do, actually, I read before I go to sleep every night, and I read when I first wake
I'm
up.
gonna tell you, if I read, I just like read 3 pages. If I read an actual book,
Right,
I read like 3 pages and I'm asleep.
oh, no kidding,
Yeah, so I can't ever get through a book if I read it.
wow.
I have to listen.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, here's another
One,
row.
two,
We just stick
three.
it down there with yours?
Yeah, just stick it down there with mine. We got 3 rows going now. There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
That's looking good. Looking good, looking good.
Let's show them.
You want to show him, Michael? You got it figured out over there?
I think it'll be okay.
Oh.
If we have to, we'll rip. What the heck? What?
We're not ripping.
Okay.
No,
Just
no
saying.
ripping allowed.
Okay.
Unless you sew your block together where it's unusable.
Yeah, exactly, that's my problem. Oh my gosh.
All right. Okay, you guys, this is actually the first of a series of these quilt alongs we're gonna do. We want you to, we just wanna have a way to connect with you and check in with you.
And to make you feel better about yourself if you have to rip.
And you can rip along with Trish.
I can't believe it. Hello.
Our next one is gonna be on Friday, and we're gonna be doing the Radiant Rainbow. How many of you are planning to join us Friday? Give me a show of hands. Cause we're gonna be giving stuff away too on Friday. Radiant Rainbow was a cruise project, and we had kits available, but of course if you haven't ordered them yet, you won't be able to get them by Friday. But you can use the fabric out of your sewing line. You have the pattern. If you don't have the pattern and you wanna join us, send us an email or something and maybe we can figure out a way to download it to you. I'm not sure how we're handling that. Trish is the other Trish.
Oh, I was gonna say, wait.
Hey, I'm not doing that. We gotta find something else to, we've got 2 Trishes in the store now.
Patricia will be the other one.
Patricia,
Do you have a
she hates
Patricia here?
Patricia. Huh?
She hates Patricia?
Oh, she hates Patricia.
I've been Trish for a long time.
Well, we've got Trish and we've got Trisha.
Right.
She might have to be Trisha. Now, I said this a minute ago, I'm not pressing these seams as I go. I want to do that after I get the quilt put together. That's just a little thing that I do. PJ, you will have to have a pattern. You'll need to just email info@stitchinheaven. Sherry, I can't show you here. Actually, would you go get the quilt, Michael?
Radiant Rainbow.
Radiant Rainbow, yeah, we could show you.
Give me a hint on where is that?
It's in Aaron's office.
Okay.
It's a fun quilt. Be a great quilt for a child or just a friend. Easy, easy quilt. Makes me, it reminds me of Hawaii because it looks like a rainbow. Let's see. 2. Did you do another row? Hi, Tricia.
Hey, I just come to check out everything and
Tricia just walked in.
Yes,
We're just sewing away. We're putting rows together.
thank goodness.
cute.
I know.
Okay, I was just checking on you.
We were just talking about you and the cruise line stuff.
Okay, Michael's gonna show you guys Radiant Rainbow. He's behind me over here, right, Michael?
I'm gonna get.
Why don't you get like back over there? There you go.
Flip it. You're upside down.
Is this upside down?
Okay.
Oh, I see, yeah.
There you go.
You get back to work first,
You know, let me move so y'all can see it.
Fun.
Back to the cruisers. Yeah. Ooh, my gosh, that's pretty.
I have the pattern in my head.
Okay. Michael's got the pattern in his hand. We might want to ask Tricia if we've got a way that we can email people the pattern. info@stitchinheaven. Actually, is it Trish? Trish at stitchinheaven.com? Yeah.
I'll post your email on the comments.
Yeah. Because I think we can charge people and download the pattern. I think we've got permission to do that.
You good?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you, Michael. So if y'all want to join us on Friday, you can use fabric from your stash. On Friday though, this is gonna be like a cruise on land, so we're gonna start sewing. We're not gonna be cutting in class, so if y'all will have your fabrics cut out. Sherry Smart, it does not use a layer cake. Oh, you need one more, Sherry.
Oh, I do, don't I? I thought, wait a minute, that's not fitting. But this is good because then I can make sure I don't put something with that diagonal here.
Ooh.
Oh,
Don't obsess.
I'm not obsessing, I knew I screwed up.
Okay, you're gonna need these two.
Okay, that's good.
Should we sing?
Huh? Looking good. Okay, I'm gonna start putting these together.
Here's one more. So you can decide where you want it to go.
I want it on the bottom,
On the bottom. Okay.
or you can put it on the top.
Okay. Oh, missing. Here they are.
Now, when I start to sew these together, is when you want to nest your seams at your blocks. You know, I want all of these, like, I want all of these seams to go the same way. Really doesn't matter which way. But what I like to do is I like for the top one to be going toward my sewing machine and the bottom to be going toward me, so that seam will lay flat when I'm sewing it. You know how sometimes you sew along and the underneath seam will flip up? Well, this will keep that from happening.
Okay, wait. You're talking about the seams between each block.
Right.
Okay.
So I don't like my little seam to kick up and be going the wrong way. So when I'm doing this, I make sure the seam between the blocks, the seam on the top goes toward my machine, and then it just really nests really well. And if you're more comfortable putting a pin in that seam, go ahead. I don't, but there's nothing wrong with putting a pin in that seam if you want to try to get them to nest together better. What are you doing, Michael? Adjustment. All right,
Okay?
2 rows together.
You want to sew this to that, or you want me to do them in sets of two?
Well, let's see. We can do it in sets of 2. Make sure. Yeah, this one.
Okay. grab these two bottom ones.
Sounds good. Cindy Fitzgerald wants to know the pattern. Are you talking about what we're sewing on today, Cindy? We're sewing on Scrap Crazy. Or were you talking about the pattern for Radiant Rainbow?
That's what we're.
Pat wants to know what time Friday. We're gonna start at 10 o'clock Friday morning.
All right, I want to sew my seam going in the same direction you're doing yours on the top. The top is going toward you or away from you?
Toward me.
Toward you, okay.
This kind of quilt on your domestic machine. Would you quilt this on a domestic machine or would you send it to a quilter? And I send all ours out, but just because we have to have them done quick. Anybody else do that? Kathy wants to post the fabric requirements. The fabric requirements are on our website. If you'll go to stitchandheaven.com and go to events, you'll see the Quarantine Quilt Along is posted there. And you'll find a link and it'll give you the fabric requirement for the Radiant Rainbow quilt. And you will need the pattern. So if you don't have the pattern, send us an email and maybe we can make arrangements somehow to send you a link so you can download it. And if you want to join us on more of these, look at our events page and see what's coming up. We're trying to post these far enough out that you have enough time to order what you want and be ready for the class, on the day of the class. What are you studying over there, Trish?
Well, I sewed so that my seams were going in the right direction like you did, but then I went to put it down here and I don't know if I have it upside down or what.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Just sew it.
Well, no, I don't want to twist in the seam.
No, you just, the next fabrics when you go the other way.
Right, I know, but when we go
So
to
we,
meet,
it doesn't matter.
are you sure?
Yeah, just follow what you've already done.
So I went this way. Well, this one goes
Yeah.
that way.
So this one will go that way.
Right, okay, I don't wanna mess this up when we get to joining these
It
two
won't
together.
matter.
Okay.
It won't matter.
Oh,
I'll join it and you'll never know.
all right.
Okay. All right, let's see here. I'll get another row. Okay, here we go. Did we have these fabrics in yardage?
Oh, no, we did not.
Oh, good. That's gonna be a teaching lesson. One thing that's going by the wayside is our fingernails.
Yes, that's true.
My little nail salon is not open. I don't guess any of them are.
No, I don't think they are.
So my poor nails, I've got those paper thin, awful nails.
Oh.
Awful, awful. Dana, when are you coming out to sew? Are you still on? Dana lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and she's talking about how she made a trip to the grocery store, and it felt like an outing.
Well, it was
You know,
an
it's a major thing to go to the grocery store these days.
I know, it's crazy.
Crazy. My grocery store looked like an apocalypse. There wasn't
I could not believe.
any fruit on the shelves. There wasn't any toilet paper. What is the deal with the toilet paper, people?
People are afraid of running out of toilet
I
paper.
know. Not good. And Cascade. You can't find Cascade. The little Cascade pots.
Really?
No. I tried to order them online. I ordered with my Walmart pickup.
And you couldn't get
No.
it?
Nobody has them. I tried to
Weird.
order them at Brookshire's. Brookshire's is out of them.
That's weird.
Yeah, isn't it weird? I don't know what it is with Cascade.
Okay, 3, and you have 3,
No, I have
4, you have 4, so, oh, 7 down.
Yes.
This is gonna be very cool.
Mm-hmm. So take that and go ahead and press your seams in the direction that you've sewn them
Okay,
at this point. So what we're doing now, she's got 3 rows, I've got 4 rows. I'm gonna go ahead and press the seams in the direction that we've sewn them. And we'll see what happens. See how this comes out in the wash.
I don't normally press from the back side like this. Is that how you're doing yours?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Hi, Joey.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Awesome.
What you
Hey,
doing?
you know your the trunk to your car's open.
I do know that. I've got a box of embroidery thread in
Okay.
there and some patterns that need to be taken to Sean. Would you get those?
To
for me?
Sean, and you want me to close it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I opened it so I wouldn't forget to get somebody
Oh,
to get
okay.
them out.
That was nice of him. To comment on that, you know.
He's a good guy. Alright, we're about to sew these together, and then I've got one more little lesson for you after we get these sewn together. The bags and ready to go. Friends are there that we will know. Cruising is the best. Really is our thing. We're getting in the swing. A new technique that we can try. We just laugh, we never cry. With encouragement, everything is fine. We're in the mood to quilt, and we're not going to quit. We are the quilting queens. We are older than 17.
Not by much.
Quilting queens. Feel the beat from the sewing machine. Oh yeah. We can sew, we can jive, having the time of our lives. Woo, see us girls, watch that scene, digging the quilting queens. Lay your cakes, they turn to song. Buy a few before they're gone. Sew them all together. Anything will do. We're in the mood to quilt, and we're not going to quit. Oh, we are the quilting queens. We are older than 17. Quilting queens.
What kind of iron are you using?
I am using an Oliso, Oliso. And when you let go of it, it comes up off of your ironing surface, so it's safer. It is a safety feature. All right. Have you got yours done?
I do, I just am double checking.
Are we ready to put these together?
I hope so.
All right.
Okay, now. When we get this done, we get our blocks on together. We're gonna go out into the store and we're gonna find, oh, I don't have any fabrics in the store from this collection. Now this is just like when you're at home and you have a layer cake in your closet that's been there since 2014. And there's no fabric left in that collection anywhere. What do you do for your borders and your binding? And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go out into the store and I'm gonna find some fabrics, probably two solids for this collection. This collection is a very flat group, and it'll lend itself to solids. So I'm probably going to try to find maybe a pink or a raspberry color, and then probably a gray. Pink for the inner border and gray for the outer border, and I'll put that on, and that's going to frame this out really, really nice. All right, so Trish has got that one. All right, so these fabrics, perfect.
Yay.
So you're gonna now combine.
I'm gonna now combine it. I'm gonna combine it and then we're gonna look at it. We're gonna show everybody. So y'all hang in there, we're almost finished. How many do we have on with us? 476?
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got that song in my head.
I do too. Just think, we could be bored. Or not.
It could be what?
We could be bored. But
Oh,
we're not, we're singing.
we're singing. If you want to get the words to that song and take it to your guild, you could do that. You don't. You have my permission, as long as you give me credit for the words. Sewing is just a great way to pass the time. And at the end of the day, you feel like you've accomplished something. That's probably one of the most difficult things for me during this time. I find if I don't have a project that I can work on, I'll just literally waste the day. And you guys, our days are too precious to waste even one of them.
Ooh, we're almost done.
I know, it's exciting. Down to the last row.
For a second, I thought it was short, but you had it gathered in your hand.
Yeah, I
And I
know.
thought, how is this gonna fit?
Nope, it's gonna be perfect. Moving on.
Yeah.
Backstitch it and we're finished. Okay, I'm gonna go press this center seam and then we're gonna have a big reveal. Big reveal.
Dun, 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 dun,
Tricia, have you ever made a quilt so quick?
No. I don't think I ever have.
I know, isn't it awesome?
Yeah, it really is.
Love the sound of the water.
I know. This iron does.
I'm gonna have to show them the big one someday in the showroom.
Oh, the big iron, I know. We've got the large size
I
iron.
saw that. That
Yeah.
was like,
All right, here you go. Are you ready? Come on, Trish, you can help me.
I can help you.
Ta-da.
What we did together.
What we did together. This is teamwork.
Ready?
To-do.
Nice.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do now, what you wanna do, if you don't have a theme fabric from the collection that you can put on these, what I recommend is that you choose the two strongest colors. So I'm gonna choose probably this raspberry color, or maybe this pink,
That pink, yeah.
and a gray, a dark gray
Yeah.
for an outer border, and I'm gonna choose solids for this collection. It just depends on the collection. But when you've got a quilt like that you don't have any coordinate for the borders, just get it made, get it to this point, and take it down to your local quilt shop and get the girls there to help you choose the fabrics for the borders. And I'm sure you'll come up with something that'll look just really great. So anyway, that's it today, guys, from our Quarantine Quilt Along. I hope you guys will join us on Friday as we do Radiant Rainbow. And if you have any questions, if you think of anything, you can post them on the comments on the video even after this is over. If you need us to send you anything, if you want the Quilting Queen words, I guess we can just post that on our YouTube channel. Right, Michael? So be sure and go subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll have access to that. So anyway, this is Deb Luttrell and Trish Stewart from Stitch in Heaven. I hope we see you on Friday. And this has been the Quarantine Quilt Along. See you later. Bye-bye.